Hello, good evening, everyone.
Hey.
I am back with the lovely, the wonderful, the talented, the jubilant JesseLee.
Hello, friends. Hello. Hello.
And what would you like for the lovely people to know about JesseLee before we jump
Oh,
into the conversation?
what do you mean? Oh, what we're talking about? Well, we're talking about Burning Man. Well, first, let's give it up for the hat. Yes, give it up for the hat. Yes, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. And the fringe, handmade, the fringe, all this everything. Oh, and the waffle. You can't
Yes.
you can't ignore the waffle. Okay. I spent 3 days on Playa wearing this waffle. Like, oh my God. Did I say waffle? I don't know what the fuck I just said. It's a waffle now. It's a woeful waffle. That's what the fuck it is.
Waffle. It's a waffle.
It's a waffle. But yeah. I mean, honestly, we're just talking Burning Man, everybody, and I hope you guys enjoy our lovely discussion. And of course, if you have questions, please do not hesitate to ask.
Exactly. And here goes D-Mac. You're amazing. You better be inviting me on Friday, and Jesse better be there too, and Alicia. And for those of you all who don't know, Fridays on Conversations with Taz is just an open let's chat. We talk about whatever comes into our head. So yes.
Oh, I'm down.
Jesse, if you're available, please.
I'm there.
And D-Mac, yes, darling. D-Mac is one of my Friday regulars. And although last Friday he kind of took over my show.
Nice.
But I love it.
Nice. Hey, sorry, my cat's getting into my gift box. Get out of my box. I have my whole box of burner gifts, and a lot of them are covered in still covered in playa dust. And so my cat's just like, ooh, something new, and just trying to roll in it. And she's gonna do her own little dust angels.
Ooh, let's get into the box. Pull from the box and explain all the goodies to people.
Okay, it's a whole box. Man, oh my goodness. Where do I begin? So that's something about Burning Man that you'll learn. There are 10 principles of Burning Man. We'll get into them, but the one that we're discussing now is in this box, and that's about gifting. And gifting is something that you do without the expectation of getting something in return. It's about the gift. It's about giving something to the community. And you don't have to accept the gift, and you are not required to bring gifts either, but it's a nice thing to do. It's nice. I mean, honestly, you yourself and the way you radically self-express yourself, which is another principle, is a form of a gift too, which can be accepted or not for me. But these are some of the gifts that I have collected over the past 10 years of burning. And oh my gosh, there's this tangly mess of all the yes, all of these, and each one has a story, but there's a tangly mess in that. So let me find one that's not tangled up. Oh, so this is a button. It says pre-burn. I was part of the fire procession, which is the bunch of fire performers that perform before the effigy gets lit. So I got my official button of, yes, I'm a performer. Let me in the circle. So I got one of those. Let's see. Oh yeah. Patches. You get patches at these things. A lot of people collect. So some of the theme camps that you'll go to will make patches for their camp. And so one of the camps at one of the regionals out here in Missouri that I go to is Camp Hard as Fuck. And so I got a Camp Hard as Fuck My Little Pony. So that's one of mine. Let's see. What else do I have? Oh, God. I had them all organized. Oh, well, the waffle. Let's talk about the waffle. So at our theme camp at Burning Man, we were Pandora Fix It Up shop, where we were a bike shop. And because when you're out on Burning Man, out on the playa, you need a bike. You need a bike or some type of transportation, because walking, you can do that, but walking, I would say, is a choice. Yeah, it's a choice to walk, and you will regret.
Huge choice.
you will regret it quickly. So you need a bike. And the thing is when you have 80,000 people, you know, in a desert that in the desert in a city that they built, bikes are going to break. Happens daily. And so we were located right at 430 and Rods Road. So we were like right there. Like we could see Center Camp from our camp. So one of the people who was camp with us, he on Wednesday, it was Waffle Wednesday, and he had like a parasol skeleton that he hung a bunch of these waffles. These waffles are like dipped in something. So it is actually a legit real waffle, but it's dipped in something. So it stays like glycerin or something. I don't know. Something like that. But yeah, it's forever. And he gifted me a waffle and an actual waffle. So I had waffles and I wore this waffle, and you know, and the same day on that day, I ended up at a rubber duck party, and it was all about rubber ducks. And that's why it explains the picture that I posted in my TikTok video talking about this conversation, where I'm wearing a diaper and this waffle, because I just stumbled upon this like rubber duck party, and I was like, this looks fun. And they're like, here, have a diaper. And I was like, okay, put it on, and then had this waffle, and I was like looking pretty fresh. So there's that. And, let's see.
I think people need to realize, because they go to so many different things and they have a plan. The thing about Burning Man, don't have a plan.
No, I mean,
do not have a plan.
Here's the fucking manual for 2019. This one. You went in 2019, right?
Yes.
Metamorphosis. Here it is. Here's the whole fucking event book. It's the whole fucking event book. And it's 186 pages, plus it has a map of the playa in it. And I mean, here's exactly what Taz said. You can come in with a plan. They give this to you. You can read through this and be like, oh, I think I'm going to go to this event at, you know, J and at 7:30 and K. I think I'm going to go to that. And, you know, you'll be riding along on your bike and be like, I'm going to this event. I'm going to this event. And then you'll see something over there. And you're going to go over to it. And you might spend 5 minutes there. You might spend an hour. You might spend till the next day. We're at that spot. And be like,
or
oh,
a couple
shit. You know? Like, that's the thing about
the map out of the back.
Oh, yeah.
I tried never to read the book.
I still have it intact. I didn't tear it out. I couldn't. Oh, and it's tearing. Here we go. Okay. Well, and no time like the present.
By the time Burning Man is over, my map looks like something from an explorer, like a relic. But
yeah,
and you could find yourself.
Yeah, here's the map. Yeah. Here it is. Yeah. Burning Man, like, let's see. It's set out in Black Rock City, Nevada. It's fucking huge. People don't understand how fucking big this thing is. You know, like, it originally started, I believe in the late 80s, by Larry Harvey in San Francisco. And it was a summer solstice celebration. And from there, it grew into making a different culture and different society outside of the norm. And what started on a beach as just a day turned into a weekend, turned into a week, till finally they found the playa to where we've been having Burning Man, I believe, since the 90s, I believe. Mid to late 90s was when the first real Burning Man happened. And back then, it was a lot smaller. Like, you barely
like
had 1,000.
96. Don't quote me on that. I'm thinking it was around then, because I know my very, very first one was shortly after I graduated high school, and I graduated in 95.
Shit, I was barely alive.
And it was just a matter of a friend of mine was like, hey, I heard about this thing. You know, we didn't want to take a gap year. We didn't really want to have like big graduation parties, even though my parents threw a graduation party for me. We just wanted to do something. We wanted to get out of our neck of the woods and explore something.
Mm-hmm.
And we went. One, that's where she met her wife.
Ooh.
Yes.
Take this off.
They met like 20 minutes after we got there. And she was like, girl, you know I love you. I said, yeah, but I see what's blossoming. I'll just be back here on this day and get back home. Do you? But for me, it was the first time up until that point where I could just take a deep breath and really just enjoy myself. I didn't do much the first time, but that release of like, after being there for an hour, I really just felt myself just,
yeah.
Everything looked different, smelled different, tasted different. And I was hooked.
Mm-hmm.
I was hooked. Like for me, the burn gets me through the year.
Oh my God. That right there, that part. It's so medicinal. It's so therapeutic. Like, I have been burning since 2011. And no, I lied. 2012. That's when I went to my first burn. And I was, okay, let me see. So I was 19 years old. And by this point, I was okay with outside of the norm culture. I was a theater kid. If you're a theater kid, you can't be uptight. You got to be loosey-goosey. You got to be open-minded. You got to be willing to do things that the norm won't do. You know, you got to contort your face and your body and all. You have to be a risk taker, period. And as well, I had in my high school years, my sophomore year, I got nominated and accepted into the Missouri Fine Arts Academy, which is something that we do in Missouri where we take, yeah, I know, it was awesome, where they take 4 kids from every high school in Missouri that applies to this, and you go to arts camp and you're immersed in the arts, and it's interdisciplinary. So I was in for dance. That was my discipline, but I wasn't just dancing. I was drawing, I was playing instruments, I was acting, I was singing, I was doing everything. And one of the most amazing experiences was we had to create a happening because we impressed our teachers so great that we created this happening. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to, you're just doing shit that, normal people or normal anybody, default world people would just be like, what? Like, we were literally like rolling in the grass. I had an apple on a spatula that I was like moving around, and frequently I would take a bite out of it and put it back. And one of my friends had an entire like Mary Poppins bag filled with like kitchen supplies. So she pulls out a spatula and a rolling pin. So we're like rolling it on the grass and like rolling, we're just doing that. So from that experience, when I went to my first burn, which was the burn that we host here in St. Louis, the St. Louis burn, Gateway burn, I was already like, okay, well, I'm an arts kid. I'm used to this shit.
Oh, you were trained perfectly for Burning Man.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm okay. But, of course I showed up in my like default world shit, and I was like, okay. Cause I didn't really have anything. I didn't know. And so like, I get there and I'm with my boyfriend of the time. And because his roommate was the one who told us about the burns, and she's from New Zealand. Yeah. And she had been to Burning Man, and she'd been going to the two regionals here in Missouri for a while. And so she was the one who talked it up. So we get there, and I mean, I see, it at first read to me as like, oh, so this is what a music festival is like. Granted, I had never been to a music festival at that point. So I was like, oh, this is kind of like, okay. I'm like, but there's like no hippies here. Wait a minute. I'm like, aren't there supposed to be hippies at these? Like, where the fuck are these fucking? They weren't there. I was like, okay, no hippies. All right, and I need to check myself because, as you know, I've been going after hippies, but I was kind of hanging out with hippies at that point. So I was kind of like, oh, no hippies, a little bit like that, like, but I see art. like weird art. And I'm just like, whoa, okay. And then I see people in, you know, clothing. I see people in no clothing. I see people, you know, halfway dressed. I see men in women's clothing, women's in men's clothing. And I'm just like, this is fine. This is cool. Do whatever you want, you know. And that's when I learned about the principles of radical self-expression. I said, oh, you're doing what you would normally not do out there here. And it's okay. I get it. Okay. And then
we got a really good question.
Yeah. Oh, is Burning Man like a music festival? Hell no.
Burning Man a music festival.
No. And we'll get into the politics about Burning Man later, because the Burning Man culture has significantly changed from what it used to be to what it is even when I went in 2019. Well, we'll get to that point. But like I said, when I first walked in, you know, I was seeing all the people in different ways and stuff, and then I see the effigy, and the theme was unintelligent design. And they had built a giant bridge. It looked like the Brooklyn Bridge. And it was made out of wood. And of course, they're going to light it up on fire. And I was like, they're going to burn that? But that's cool. I'm like, why would you set that on fire? No, you're not supposed to burn that. What? No, don't burn that down. And, you know, it just kind of shocked me. I was like, why would you build something so beautiful and then burn it? Like, it didn't make any sense to me. And then I got to see more of the people. I'm like, some people had been like, you know, putting body paint all over their bodies. And I saw one guy who was body painted from head to toe. He was red, and he was walking around with a flame-throwing sousaphone. Yeah, you press the valves and it shot fire. And I was like, what? Like, what the fuck? And I said, dude, I'm like, do you do this all the time? Like, what do you do in that world over there? And he's like, oh, I'm a brain surgeon. And I was like, wait a minute. Yeah. I was like, you're a brain surgeon? What do you do? Shouldn't you? What? I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life, but like,
yeah, I was pink for 2 days.
Yeah, it's just like,
I was pink for 2 days once.
Oh my God, that's amazing. That is amazing.
But you, like, you know, because you need to, by the end, you need to be able to release and let go.
Exactly.
Let go of the ties of the societal world. And I'm saying societal world because at Burning Man, yes, there are different stations. Yes, there are different quote unquote subsidies. But everybody is there cohesively and in unity. And it's like, if you don't like what's going on over here, you just don't go over there. You don't take the time to even think, as society tells you to critique or criticize them. So when we burn the effigies, it is, I will speak for me. For me, I could have had a tumultuous 6 months before going to a burn. When that effigy burns, that tumultuous 6 months truly rolls off of me. I feel like I am, as Adrienne Bailon says, I'm giving it to the sky.
Yeah.
And when you give it to the sky, you feel like nothing can hold you down. And I'm telling you, you leave there and you feel like you're hitting the ground running. It is like you have got a reset. You know that feeling you got maybe after graduating high school or after graduating college, or when you got your first apartment or the first job, you felt that was real and you felt like, okay, this is my moment. I can go forward. And as beautiful as some of these wooden sculptures are, as it burns, that feeling comes back. Like, I can conquer the world. I have let go of everything else that was weighing me down. It's like, I don't know if you all remember that old Coca-Cola commercial where they had people representing every ethnicity from around the world, and they were like holding hands, like, I like to teach the world of hope. That's how it feels, because you have people that may go to Burning Man like me and spend a day or two in something like this, and then
Girl, I think I have that in
other
yellow.
stuff. I'm not trying to get a community guidelines violation. Because I was looking at one other outfit that I have worn to a burn, and I was like, they're going to cut my shit if I wear that. But you
That's
understand because you've been. Like,
that's why I wore pants.
Yeah. And then you can have, and I've seen people spend all of Burning Man in like jeans or cut off shorts and maybe a top, maybe not. But that's their comfort zone. Whatever makes you comfortable and whatever allows you to express yourself in a way that you may not be able to express when you get back home. Because like I said, for 2 days, I was the color pink. Another time for 3 days, I was like green with like orange stars and polka dots. Yes, I mix stars and polka dots. Don't judge me. That's what I felt at the time. Okay,
you can do.
I was just putting on
whatever you want.
Right. I want a star here. I want a polka dot here. Who cares? Yeah. And when I did the stars and polka dots, there were people who just gifted me their time to help me with the body paint, which was so super cool.
I got painted my first burn.
Generally, the gift that
on my chest, like it was beautiful. It was amazing. Like when I do Burning Man is food. I'm generally feeding people. Like that's my gift to people. Because I like to eat and I really don't want to eat alone. I mean, might be a little bit of a selfish reason, but in feeding people, the conversations that I've had while we're sitting there sharing a meal or even just sharing a sandwich have really been eye-opening and really wonderful. You meet a lot of cool people that you normally wouldn't. Just like you met a guy that with a flamethrower that's a freaking surgeon. I met a guy, a couple, a gay couple. One was an accountant. One was like a CEO of some company. How likely would it have been that I could have sat down and had a conversation with them? Exactly.
And then feel free enough to talk about things.
Exactly.
Like we did have a weird conversation about unicorns, but it was great.
It's amazing though. It's like you never know who's gonna be there. And you know what I a lot of people would tell me, like when I was there, they were like, oh, Paris Hilton's over there. And I said, Paris Hilton is just a participant out here. It doesn't matter what her name is and what it does for her in the default world. Because here, you're a participant. Nobody's bigger or better than anybody else out here. I'm like, so what? You're hot shit out there. This is Burning Man. Like, like this is bigger than you. It's bigger than whatever title that you fucking hold out there. I'm like, because it's not going to do jack shit for you in here. I can tell you that right now. Exactly. I'm like, just because you're Paris Hilton or whoever else ain't going to stop the dust from rolling and fucking coating you. Like, it's not going to stop you. The Burning Man is not going to stop for you. It doesn't stop for me. It doesn't stop for anybody. It keeps going whether you're ready for it to go or not. And that's the thing. The burn, you don't control the burn. The burn controls you. Like, it runs you. And like, for me, I want to go back to, the thought of the point you made about people doing things that they normally wouldn't do. I was at a burn in Wichita, and there was a guy who I maybe had seen at a few burns before. And I'm sitting in a yurt because it was really fucking cold and they had this fire going in there. So we're all hanging out in this yurt. And the guy walks in. And he's got a glowy ball and he's just like living his life. And he's just like, you guys, this is the first night I've ever worn a tutu in my life. And I'm so fucking glad I did it. And then he just starts dancing. And I'm just like, fuck yeah. Like, I'm like, there it is. There it is. That's that moment. You tried something new and you liked it. Yes. Like, you got to wear that fucking tutu. The tutu. See the thing. And, there was so much in that dance that he did right there after he said it. I'm just like, dude, I'm like, you've been thinking about wearing a tutu. You didn't know if you were ready to wear that tutu. And finally you said, fuck it. And you did it. And it did exactly what it needed to do for you. You realized in that moment how powerful a tutu is for you. And we're here witnessing you fucking accepting and claiming that power of the tutu. That's something that's so beautiful to watch somebody, but it's also great to, have those moments where you help enhance somebody's burn. Like I met a guy who was a firefighter, and who really wanted to get involved with the fast team that helps with the burns of the effigies and everything, ignition team and fast team. And so, I pointed him in all the directions of who to talk to and what to do and blah, blah, blah. And he was just like, I'm seeing a lot of men out here wearing skirts. And he's like, I've never worn a skirt, but, is it worth it? And I'm just like, do you want me to find you a skirt? And he's just like, I don't know. I just, it seems like it would be a great idea because I'm tired of and I said, dude, if I find you a skirt, man, I will come to you directly. So time goes by, burns going on. I go to the closet, the burn closet. There's a burn closet there. And I find this beautiful, long, flowy, loose, breezy skirt. And I was like, that's it. And I pick it up and I find him somehow. And I said, hey, man, I found you a skirt. And he's just like, that's the color. That's the texture. That he's like, thank you. So he takes the skirt. He's like, I don't know if I'm going to wear it, but thank you for the skirt. Hours go by. Next thing I see, he's wearing that fucking skirt. He's wearing that skirt. And he's just like, okay, I got the skirt. Now I got to figure out what to do with all my shit. And I'm just like, next step, you got to find a utility belt. You got to, you want to be hands-free, or you got to get a purse, get a bag, get something that you can. But I highly recommend a utility belt. The next burn that I went to, he was wearing his skirt. He had a utility belt, and he was on the fast team. And
that's what we love to hear.
And he came up to me and he was like, had you not given me this skirt, we cried over this. Like, he's like, had you not given me this skirt, I don't even know if I could continue going on with my burn experience. Like, had I not taken the power of this skirt that it gave me, the validation and the comfortability that I feel, he's like, I can continue burning on and knowing that I love myself. And I was like, oh my God, like, it was so beautiful. Like, those are the thing, people can say things, so kind things about you. Just a simple thing. All I did was give him a skirt. And it's just blossomed from that.
Because sometimes have to break. But I believe that at least once in everybody's life, they should take a moment and step away from the constraints that we have to live under every day just to be in society. Just step away. If all you want to wear is pants, wear those pants. If you want to wear a skirt, wear the skirt. And I don't care what your gender is. I don't care if it's male, female, non-binary. I'm saying step away because you don't really know what's going to make you feel like you until you get into an environment like that where you can just experiment. Because there was a long period in my life where I felt that because I'm a woman and I'm a feminine woman, that I had to dress a certain way. Was I always comfortable in dressing that way? No, but I have been conditioned to believe that as a woman, I must dress this way. After a couple of burns, I was like, I realized I don't like pants, but I do like graphic tees.
Yeah.
So when people wonder why I have such an extensive collection of graphic tee, this is why. Because I would go and I would experiment. And I'm like I have t-shirts specifically for the burn that are men's, they're oversized or whatever, because I don't like pants.
Yeah.
But I just don't want my booty hanging out completely.
Yeah.
So I'll just throw, and I'm like, this is my shush. This is my gag. This is my safety safe. And sometimes you gotta mix it up. But it is easier when you're in an environment where everybody's trying to figure out, like, is this the year that I change things, or am I still good with just wearing a toga? Like, that's what the burn is about.
Yeah.
Because you could go to the burn for 10 years straight and feel like, you know what, I am a toga person or I'm a tutu person. And then you go to this burn and you're like, I think I'm going to try something different. And then you realize, ooh, I am this person too, or this didn't work for me. Or you may find out that you didn't know before that you're a spiritual person, not a religious person, but a spiritual person. And you may start meditating.
Like you just learn so much about yourself while you're there. You learn, like, again, what you said about not wanting to go over there. You find your fucking people. You find what you're willing and not willing to put up, because burns have something for everyone. You can find something for everyone. You can find, you're going to come up on things, especially at Burning Man. 80,000 people. A lot of fucking people. A lot of fucking art. Art, what is art? Art is fucking subjective. You are going to find some things that you are not going to like. Point blank, period. Like, one thing, they had an auction.
Or understand.
You know, they had an auction.
Understand the art.
Yeah. They had an auction of women. They had a female auction where they had women in chains and they were auctioning off women as an art project. They have the Barbie Death Camp.
I remember that one.
You know, the Barbie Death Camp, that one is has so many feelings about that one. You know,
that was hard for me. It's hard for me. Like, I tried to watch, like, I was like, okay, let me try to understand. But then I realized, because of things inside of myself, I couldn't. I tried, like, to push myself through a particular personal process, and I couldn't. And I was like, you know what? Much power to you. Those that can appreciate this and truly see your message, much power to them. I got to step away at this moment. And when I stepped away, I met who I affectionately call the strawberry lady, because everything she was making had strawberries in it. And yeah, she and I just had a conversation about the universe while I don't even know what I was eating. I just know that there were strawberries on top of it and it was delicious. And she, okay, you know the wife from Courage the Cowardly Dog?
Oh, Muriel.
She looked like a woman.
Oh,
like, I kept wanting to, like,
she looked like Muriel. Aww.
I mean, it's so I needed that at that moment to step away. And that's also the beauty of Burning Man. You can feel uncomfortable with something, but trust me, as soon as you step away, the universe will bring you something or someone that will make you feel better.
Yeah. You know,
it is like the universe felt that you were uncomfortable. And they're like, here, let me gift this person to you, or let me gift this to you that will distract you.
Yeah, that's what I love so much about the Big Burn. Because with the smaller regionals, it can range anywhere from 200 people to about 3,000 people. You're still going to be seeing pretty much, oh, hi, kitty. You're going to be seeing pretty much the same people every fucking day. So you're not going to be able to escape, quote unquote, from something that you don't like officially, you know? Whereas at Burning Man, you got 3 miles. 3 fucking miles. Like, I mean, I remember going out, and the thing about it is, you know, you think it's going to stay the same, and it never fucking does. Don't get used to it one day, because the next day something else will be there. You think, oh, I can see the man right there, and it's next to that art project and that one. You blink, it's changed. And sometimes that's part of the art. Like in 2019, they had the crows out in the playa, and they kept moving the crows. And I was like, I can't use the crows as a landmark. Because they keep moving the fucking crows and stuff. Like, you know, you never know. You just, you never fucking know. But I mean,
and I feel like I'm beginning to think it's slightly larger than 3 miles.
A little bit. It just, the last one goes so deep.
I've been riding for a long time, and I know what 3 miles feels like on a bike, and I think I've surpassed this.
It felt like 3 miles from the man all the way out to the Folly. The Folly. Can we talk about the Follies? That was a fucking amazing art piece. Oh my God, y'all. Okay, so the Folly, they literally built a fucking like a fort. And the intricate details, like they even had like a tiny like peephole in the wall, and you'd look in the wall, and there was like a whole like little fairy bathroom. It was like miniature size. And they had twists and turns.
Yeah,
so like you'd go up one stairwell, you end up on the other side.
Just remembering it.
The Folly,
like the feels that I'm getting just remembering it.
Oh my God!
Like I'm goosies on my arm. Like
they literally built a fucking castle out in the fucking desert, and you just walk through. You'd be over here, then you'd end up over there, then you'd end up down below. I mean, hell, I went down one set of steps. I walked out the door, and I was like, "Holy shit, I'm outside!" And everyone's just like, "Hello!" And I was like, "Hey, I'm going back." And so I went back in, and finally figured out I lost all my people. So I was like walking around alone in the Folly, just being like, "Okay, whatever." I mean, it looked like. I can't describe how beautiful it was. It my words do it no justice. But I mean, like, gag, and then at the end they burned it down, and I was just like, at this point, I was okay with it, because I'd been burning for a while. I said, I get it. At least I got to experience the beauty that is the Folly. But
I will say that was one that at the beginning I was like, we couldn't save this one, but then you start to feel it. But Denise Hall had a dream about this conversation that you and I are having now.
Oh, really?
Last year. Yeah, I'm looking at her. Wow. So I guess we was just destined for years, huh? The universe was like, these heifers been going to the same place at the same time every year for years, and they just keep bypassing each other. So let's put them together. Because evidently they're not catching the hint.
Apparently not. Like, fuck. I mean, I swear to God, we were on bikes going like at each other, like it definitely.
I've done that, like, or it probably was one of those people, because I'm a random hugger. Well, pre-COVID, I would just walk up to people and go, I think you're beautiful, and hug them. Or I think you're handsome, and hug them.
Yeah.
Because it's just how, there would be like maybe a day or two where that's just how I felt. I was so relaxed, but so jovial at the same time that I just wanted to hug people. I wanted that contact with them, and everybody that, I approached were okay with it. To this day, nobody's ever told me no, but I'm prepared if it outside of somebody's comfort zone.
Consent.
Now, my one friend,
consent. 11th principle, consent.
Now, my one friend was like, she was like, why people are consenting to this, right? And I was like, why? She was like, you're pretty and you're half naked. Who the hell's gonna tell you no?
Mike, I've been told no. I've been told no for hugs, and I want to really touch on this very, very clearly. Well, yes, a burn is an amazing time. Yeah, there's music. Yeah, there's dancing. Yeah, there's fun costumes, crazy people, awesome art cars that breathe fire. What it is not is just one big fucking party. What it is not is just a massive orgy in the desert, even though we have Orgy Dome. What it is not is a commodified, it is not Coachella. You know what Coachella is? Coachella is something that you buy, spend. Burn. Every person involved in attending the burn, maintaining the land, and showing up and bringing all the shit, that is all on their time. With the help of art grants that are gifted out to bigger camps, it's what we bring. We bring the burn. We, as individuals and participants, bring the burn. The art would not be there without us. Without us.
Yeah, and unlike, like Coachella, the dynamic will change, because I did go to Coachella once, and my youngest daughter went to Coachella pre-COVID. With Coachella, the dynamic will change according to who the headliner is, because their fans want to come out and be there. With the burn, it's not about who's headlining or who has the most art, or it's not.
No. You get a lot of weekenders,
the dynamics will change. Right. But the dynamic generally changes according to who we invite and who we tell. And I think we have, everybody isn't everybody's cup of tea. That's fine. That's just how the world works. But I honestly think that we as burn veterans do a great job of kind of vetting people, like doing a vibe check on who to invite. So it hasn't turned into an uncomfortable place. It's still a safe space. Are there people there that may turn your stomach because of their views? Yes, but it's still a safe space for everyone. And that person that has those views that may turn your stomach, guess what? Unlike in the regular, degular, schmegular world, they're not coming to you to force feed it down your throat. They're just sitting in their little corner, sharing their views, and they may go over to this corner because over in this corner, they may agree with them, and they'll go over and share their views with them. And that's it. That is, I think, the true beauty of Burning Man is that we can all have differing views, differing lifestyles, differing everything. And we all just let each other exist and live our best lives for that time.
I will say I did shut down an event at Burning Man.
Yeah. And as you travel to Burning Man on the road, you'll be able to see other people who burn, and you'll be able to pull them out without even talking to them, because you'll notice their interactions with people. It's not even about what they have in their vehicle or the type of vehicle they're taking. You can tell by their interactions with people, because your zen starts to really come out as you travel. And throughout the year, people who burn, they're not going to be respectful to you. They're not, like, there's just certain things we're not going to do because we've already let that we're done. Yeah. And you know, there's, like we've said, there's something there for everybody. Not all burners are nice. That's a fucking fact. I know some of the most hardcore burners, and the way they burn is they work. So they're khakis, or they are the Leisure Army, TLA, or they are DPW. And what they do is they help set up the fucking burn. They help run the perimeter. If somebody needs something done, they need a wood pile moved, they're the ones, that's how they fucking burn. So, you know, they are hardcore to the ground. And that's another thing too. You know, we ranger our people. Now, with Burning Man, yes, there is Leo present, but for the most part, we ranger our people. We train our own ranger. The last thing that we want to do is involve law enforcement. So at regional burns that are smaller, significantly smaller than Burning Man, we will handle our shit internally. And if we need law enforcement, then we will call law enforcement, and we have people who will inform the participants when law enforcement is on the grounds, you know. But that's another thing, is that we do abide by the laws of whatever state we are in. Point blank, period. That's what we do. This, you know, it's not a free for all. It's not. I'm telling you this right the fuck now. It is not a free for all. It's not a whole like, oh, you can go up and you can touch somebody. No, it is not like that. Oh, you can go into the. This is not like the Manson farm. Yeah, no, it's not like that. You know, and I really want to. No, it's not. And one thing, let me point this out real quick, because some people were putting some comments up, and I had to delete them because I don't like disinformation to come up. And you know, I rarely delete comments. But one, there is nothing illegal and underage going on. Fact. Two, we are not going in with the intention of covering up crimes. If you break the law, that is when we have to call law enforcement in. If you just do something and we can talk to you and go, hey, this is problematic, this is not cool, chill, and you're cool with it, that's fine. But if you were to break the law, we don't cover for you. I don't know how people got this impression, but no, it doesn't happen. There are not rampant rapes and sexual assault. No. Everybody does not get into a big pile and just screw each other. No. If there is a section you can go to, if you are comfortable and that is your zhuzh, you can participate in orgies and different things.
But
it is consensual. There's things that you have to do.
They got rules though, Taz. The rules on I want to touch on those
that you have to
Stephen Colbert. Because Stephen Colbert,
but we both know there's rules we have to abide by beforehand. Like they explain to you before you can. I think what a lot of people don't realize is that, say we have a yurt, and we'll just describe it as a yurt for this activity. Before you can even get in there, it is explained to you explicitly.
You check your IDs. Check your IDs first and foremost. They check your fucking ID. They check your fucking. You have to have your ID on you. Point blank. Period. You will not get served alcohol. You will not get into certain events if you do not have your fucking ID. And specifically for this dome, that's why I got really angry when Stephen Colbert called out the orgy dome and just basically generalized Burning Man as a giant orgy, when he doesn't understand or even know how Orgy Dome is run. Before you even go in there, you have to show your ID. Before you even get into the dome, they go through the fucking rules. After they check him, you, first and foremost, you ain't getting in unless you have a partner with you. You ain't getting in. As well, you can't pull the wool over their eyes, because there are a bunch of people, and I'm going to say it, mainly male identifying people that think that they can go in without a partner. And it doesn't happen. Or they will pretend to be in a homosexual relationship to get in, because it's all inclusive. You know, you go in with your partner or partners. You have to be with your partner and partners. There's a section where you can engage with other people, or it's engage with just your own person, whoever you go in with. And the rules are very fucking clear. The rules are very fucking clear. As soon as you fucking walk up, they talk you through it. Hey, they say, hey, welcome to the Orgy Dome. Glad you're here. We have protection. We have lubes. We have all the things. You will each go into your area. Make sure consent. You need to be, do you consent to be in here with your partner? Yes, I consent to be in here with my partner. And then they say, first and foremost, if we see your phone, we are going to automatically assume that you are recording, and we will smash it with a hammer. No questions asked. Point blank, period. They will smash your fucking phone. I watched someone get their phones fucking smashed because it lit up. All it did was light up. And they said, nope. Smashed it, point blank, period. And they said, yes, you're going to be in this dome. Yes, you're going to be seeing other people engaging in activities. However, you might want to get consent before you watch somebody. Or you absolutely need to get consent before you touch somebody. You need all of these things as well. They had rules while you were in the waiting area, because there's a waiting area and you pull a number until it's ready. And so in the waiting area, you're allowed to play. You're allowed to do whatever you want, essentially, but you are not allowed to expose your genitals. Point blank, period. Can't do that. If you do that, you get kicked out. And if they see any non-consensual touching, if they see anybody pretending to be in a relationship just to get that, they will escort you out, and they will literally throw you to the law enforcement that is there. There are so many rules in place because they want to make sure people can enjoy themselves and other people and their partners in a respectful and peaceful way. And and that's the thing that people aren't understanding. It's not just a free-for-all where you can just jump in. No, everybody's looking out for everybody. And they recognize that if there's one fuck up, the entire thing is done. And that goes not just for the Orgy Dome, but it goes for the culture. If people are constantly breaking the fucking law, bye-bye Burning Man. They can easily just shut it the fuck down. If something happens to a minor, because Burning Man is all ages. There are children who are born on playa, all the way up to people who are like 100 years old. And if anything, if there's anything that involves a minor, Burning Man is over. Point blank, period. If somebody is murdered, Burning Man is over. It's fucking crazy. And I really don't like how people have that idea that it's just a party in the desert, because it's not. It really is bigger than just the good times that happen. It's about building a city and a community, and how can you sustain yourself and survive for a week in a culture that is in an environment that is very extreme, because it's the fucking desert. It's hot as fuck during the day and it's cold as shit at night. And you have to bring everything that you need to survive for the entire duration of your stay. I was there for 11 fucking days. I thought I was going to die after 11 fucking days. Like, I literally woke up one day and my kidneys were on fire. I was like, I just laid out on the massage table for like an hour. Like, I could not move. I literally thought I was going to die. And again, like any city, people do die at these fucking things. People die, okay? People die of freak accidents, okay? Like one, actually, at 2019, someone died from carbon monoxide. Their friend's van was turned on and they were running it, and the fucking smoke went into his tent, and he died of carbon monoxide poisoning. A woman died because.
And speaking of which, with that, let's go over like some essentials that you need to bring. Biggest thing, bring water. You bring I don't care if you get cases of water, jugs of water. If you have a Brita, so you can filter whatever. Bring
2 gallons of water per person, per day. You need to drink 2 gallons of water.
Yes,
every day.
Also, do not think of Burning Man as a trip to like the Smoky Mountains or Gatlinburg, Tennessee, where you're like, oh, well, this is the amount of food that, usually when we vacation. No, because of the energy that you exert going to different places, the emotional energy that you exert, whatever you normally bring, double it. And even then, you're still going to need to rely on the kindness of others and the gifts of others to get stuff.
This is radical self-reliance that we're talking about. Radical self-reliance.
Yeah. Sunscreen. I don't care what complexion you are. I do not care how much melanin you have.
Sunscreen.
At some point, you are going to be really comfortable and you are going to be out and about. Sunscreen, and bring a lot of it. You may have some left over. You may not, but bring it. Ladies that like to wear makeup, if you don't have waterproof makeup, don't bring it. Just be natural, because you're going to sweat your face off, okay? You're going to be moving around, dancing around.
No fucking glitter.
It's going to run. Oh, yes. And glitter, we don't like get into that.
We'll talk about Moop later. We'll talk about Moop. Oh, man. Moop.
This is going to sound weird, but take a freezer bag full of sand, like play sand that you would give a child. This will be your friend, because should you be involved in a glittery incident, that sand is the only thing that's going to get the glitter off your body. If you don't believe me, I told you I have been burning since the 90s. Trust me. Either bring a freezer-sized bag of sand or get you some cornstarch, but the sand works a lot better than the cornstarch, because the corn
leave it.
You ain't gonna be able to take. You ain't gonna be able to bathe at home like you bathe at home. Yeah, like you're not gonna be able to bathe like you bathe at home. So that's why I'm saying use sand, because you can rub it on and then flake it off. Cornstarch stays on you, and you're just gonna be walking around looking ashy.
Baby wipes,
and also
baby wipes.
I was about to say that.
Baby wipes. That's your shower. That's your, unless you go to foam. Right. That's your fucking shower.
Bring baby wipes like you are John and Kate +8 or the Duggars. You bring that amount. Go to Sam's, Costco, get them on sale. You would get them. Oh, and chapstick. Get you a good chapstick that you like.
That won't melt, because
and get a fanny pack or a backpack.
Yep.
Yeah, get a fanny pack or a backpack. Because you need you want your hands free.
Yep.
And there are things that you need to keep on you, because when y'all question me, like on TikTok, why do I have so many bottles? Why do I have so many cups? Because of the burn. I fill these up before I leave, and then I have my additional water. But as I'm there and I'm rolling around, and I get the metal ones that, or I get the ones that are super insulated. So if I put something cold in here with some ice cubes, it'll stay cold for hours and I can sip on it. And this is going to sound weird, but I'm being dead serious. Starting at least 3 to 4 months before you decide to do your first Burning Man, teach yourself how to sip water and get rejuvenated. Because the worst thing you want to do is take a bike ride out to some place and then you chug your whole bottle of water, forgetting you got to ride back. You might be dancing around. You might sit down and have a conversation. You might do a whole lot of things before you get back to where you need to get back to so you can lay your head down. Learn how to sit. I had to talk to friends of mine that were either active duty or retired military to teach me how to sit and not just guzzle, because when you get thirsty, that's what you want to do. But you got to remember, you're not at home. No, if you guzzle it, the sink is there, the Brit is there, that gallon of water, because you do not want to travel around with a gallon of water strapped to your back. Don't do that.
And it's a dry heat. It's a dry heat though. You know, the sweat is going to evaporate immediately. So you won't even really know that you're sweating. I'm from the Midwest. I'm from Missouri, St. Louis. It's humid as fuck. When I come in from outside, my clothes are soaked. The first time I experienced a dry heat was when I was in Utah. I climbed up this fucking mountain and I felt the sweat on the back of my leg and then it was gone. I was like, oh shit, this is what, now I fucking know. And lo and behold,
Denise, one, worse than Texas weather.
Yeah.
She's like, okay, so Texas, no, honey, it's worse than Texas weather.
Like, it's just, you don't realize how dehydrated you get when you're out there. When we say you need 2 gallons of water per person every day, for every day, like there is okay. Yeah. So let me see. 4, but 1, 2, people. There was 5 adults and 2 children when I went to Playa. That's 2 gallons of water every day for us.
Yeah, but don't bring no baby oil with you because you just gonna bake. You just gonna cook in the sun. You gonna be vulture food. Do not bring, because I've told people this. They've come and then they're like, my skin burns. Baby, you basically could have, you're roasting yourself. You just marinated yourself. Do not bring baby oil. You will either get ashy till your natural oils come out, or get you actually, I will show y'all. Hold on, let me go grab it.
Okay, while she grabs that, I'm going to talk to you about this. This is whipped raw shea butter. Okay, what it is it's raw shea butter with coconut oil and a little bit of sweet almond oil and olive oil. This right here is what's going to save your feet, because what happens is the Playa, it's a dried up lake, right? That's what Playa is. The dust, what's in it? The alkaline or some shit, the minerals in the dust. What it will do is it will dry the fuck out of your feet. It will crack your feet. Your feet will bleed. That's how bad it is. So what they recommend is doing a vinegar soak. What I'm telling you right now is that this right here, this whipped shea butter, saved everybody in my fucking group's feet. Every night we wiped our feet down with a baby wipe. We put this shit on, and it's raw shea butter, coconut oil, like all this stuff. We put it on at night. It saved our feet from drying out. This is the hack that saved us this time at Burning Man. And it saved our hands too, because your hands are going to get fucked up. It saved our feet. Do not walk around on the Playa barefoot every day. Like, okay, if you're walking to go hang out in your camp, you can do that. But when you go out to deep Playa and you ain't got no shoes and you got to climb on some art and your feet are going to get scratched up, and then you got to ride your bike back, or you forgot your fucking bike, or your bike breaks and you have to walk your bike from deep Playa all the way back to J and 430. Yeah, you're going to be... People have done it. People have done
and
it.
Even sandals or something, you're still gonna need it. But if you already have this at home, trust me, take this with you. If you have the Vaseline Cocoa Glow,
yep,
put this on before you go out.
Yep.
At the end of the night, I'm not joking. If you have this at home, because what JesseLee said is perfect, because I usually keep shea butter, the shea butter coconut oil combination with me, and then another container of coconut oil for the day. But at night, if you have Vaseline Essential Healing, wipe whatever hurts you down with a baby wipe, and then put this on at night. But before you go out, and I'm telling y'all, this one, definitely, because as you're walking around, as you're moving around, and if you think you're going to outsmart the system, like, oh, I got some sandals that are really, comfy, baby. This is a place that it's a mini city. Imagine walking from one end of your city to the next, or riding a bike from one end of your city to the next, and making stops in between. And there's not floors, there's not tile, there's not carpet. Your feet, legs, actually all your extremities are gonna go through some things. Oh, and be prepared. You're gonna lose some weight. You are going to, I don't care how much you think you ate at Burning Man. Burning Man is the true Weight Watchers, because you're gonna drop some pounds. I don't give a damn what you eat, what you bring with you, how much you eat, how much you snack. You're coming back and your clothes gonna be a little loose.
Because you're gonna be doing walking, climbing, riding your bike. You're gonna be doing all of these things. You're gonna be hydrating. You are going to be working out for all of the time that you were there. You're gonna dance. A lot of water.
And on top of all, you're gonna dance. You will start doing stuff that we can't even put a label on. Your body will just, you'll be sitting there and you could hear something and your body will just start moving. You don't even know why your body is just sitting there moving. But guess what? That's what you're gonna do.
Yeah, I've had so many
heal. Like, I know it's happened to you, just right?
Yeah. I've had nights where I fucking danced my ass off all fucking night. I woke up, I was like, fuck, I can't dance. And then I hear the fucking art car coming by and I'm like, oh shit, how am I doing this? Well, here I go. And I'm gone. I'm on that fucking art car and I'm out in deep playa.
Right. Like you'll be sitting there. You're like, oh, I'm done for the night. I'm tired. I'm going to lay down. You hear something, or you could see something, and there might not even be a beat, a rhythm. And then all of a sudden you're like, like, seriously. And there's no rhyme, there's no rhythm. You don't know why, but it feels good to you, so you don't stop. And then you get more intense with it, and you just, it could be 5 in the morning, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm done.
That was me at Loveburn, because in Loveburn, it's Miami. It's all house music. And like, man, my boyfriend and I, we were at one camp and we were just like, we were the only people there. And then finally, I guess we started the party and everybody showed up. And then we were like, okay, we need to go back. We need to get more water. We got to get this. And then we can go back out. And I said, okay, we take one step out. The next camp is playing a fucking badass fucking house beat. And we're like, and we just go over there and we just start there. Like, and our camp, we could see our camp. It was right there. And I was like, we have both of these great camps with great music right by our house. If we could just get to the house. And then finally we ended up just stuck in between both of the camps. And we lean one way and we could hear that side over there and be like, wait, what's going on over there? And we lean, oh, okay, and party and be like, yeah, okay. And we just sat and just kind of thought about our life at that moment. We're like, we can't get home. The beat's too good. Like,
I'm watching people do epic dances with like a sandwich in their hand. And they're like dancing with the sandwich, taking a bite here and there, just living their best life.
Eating that damn sandwich.
And there was no music as they were doing it. I was like, you know what? And like, you know how like people make the joke like, oh, the food is good at a certain restaurant or at a certain person's house because you see someone start dancing. Oh no, y'all have not seen a food dance till you see a Burning Man food dance.
Yep.
Especially if somebody has run out of food and somebody has been gracious enough to gift them some food. Oh, that is a food dance. That right there is a food. Jesse, I know you've seen it. I've seen it. And I've done this a couple times myself.
Yep.
Baby, it looks like a full-blown choreographed Broadway production.
I've been saved. Someone thought I was starving. I must have looked starving. And someone came up to me and had a whole plate of sandwiches. And I was like, thank you. And I took that sandwich and I'm fucking eating it. I started fucking like, oh my God. Like I have seen that exact dance. Like I've done that dance. I have, like, you know,
it's a dance on a whole different level.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't that cutesy, you know, somebody just doing like this because their plate's coming up. Nah. You turn into a whole interpretive dance aficionado.
And when nobody cares how you look. It's just how you're expressing. You know, it's just how you're expressing yourself. Who cares if you dance like this? Dance like it. Live for it. I mean, hell, let me tell you, El Popo Mechanica. That is by far the best mutant vehicle I've ever seen in my life. You see, I've seen pictures of it. I had seen, you know, oh, it's a flame-throwing octopus. Oh, they featured it on The Simpsons. Oh, it just goes, psh, psh, psh. Okay, that's kind of cool. I downplayed it really badly. When I saw it for the first time, it came right by Rod's Road. And I was like, oh, that's what it is. Okay. And so then me and my crew, we were headed to they had a cephalopod party. And we all just so happen to have squid hats. So we are on our bikes with squid hats riding out to the cephalopod party. And El Popo Mechanica is all lit up and he's coming our way. And I wave at the driver and he sees us. And he's like, oh, you guys are squids. He pressed the big button and and I was like, what? I almost fell off my fucking bike. Like, it was amazing. And then
we were at the same party.
Yeah, we were definitely at the same party. No fucking way.
Because I had a squid hat and then I had like this squid mask that a friend of mine had made for me.
No way. I was there with my whole crew.
Yes, way.
Oh my God.
So when I heard about it, I was like,
oh my God.
I was like, this is the perfect place for me to wear this at.
No fucking.
So we were at this.
I'm going to text you.
The universe was like,
I was at that fucking squid party. I was at the cephalopod party. Oh my God. But here's where I'm going at with the dancing thing. So that was El Popo. He pressed the button. El Popo shoots the fire. It was beautiful. So then the next day,
at my house, we're truly going to have the Burning Man experience.
Hell yeah. Oh man, I'm coming. But the next day,
people on the day bed, on the couch, on the floor, in the hallway.
Oh hell yeah! I'll bring my art. But what I was saying, where'd you go? She gone. Okay. Anyway, what I was saying was, so the next day we went out. El Popo was coming down the road, and I was like, shit! And it was parked. And when it's parked, you know, people walk up. You can talk with the engineers. You can talk with the people with the El Popo team, and so I walked up and I was talking with one of the guys, and I was just like, I get it now. I get it. And he's just like, what do you mean? I said, you guys thought about what if I could make a fucking flame-throwing octopus and put it on top of a mutant out of oil barrel drums, out of those, make it move and have the eyes move and 4 different faces, tentacles that move, and have fire poofers on the tentacles and the top of the head. You thought of this fucking idea and you did it. I'm like, this is fucking amazing. And I thought that all it did was just shoot fire. You know, I thought it just moved around and shot fire and people loved it. The next thing I know, music starts playing. And I'm like, wait a minute. This thing this flame-throwing octopus, it doesn't just move. It doesn't just breathe fire, spit fire. It dances. It fucking dances. So the song that they played was Skibbity Bop by Little Big. And so the music's going, everybody on the El Popo team is doing the Skibbity Bop dance. And then as soon as it goes to Skibbity Wop Bop Ba, Skibbity Wop Bop 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 Ba, all of the fucking the guy who controls the fire, he has a fucking pad, a little panel, a control pad, and he presses a button and that tentacle lights fire. So it's going Skibbity Wop Bop Ba. So one goes and then and it all goes around. And then when you press the big button, all of the fire goes. So this thing's going and I didn't know it danced. So my face, if you can imagine, it's like the mix of a kid at Disney World for the first time, meeting their favorite princess, their favorite character, and their favorite song is playing all at once. And your mind is just blowing up and melting. Like, I thought I had seen it all of just seeing the beauty. And then when it started to dance, my face was like this. Yeah. I think I was actually wearing this fucking hat, actually. And I was like, I couldn't talk. I was kind of moving like this. I was kind of like, and then it ended. And then El Popo just started driving away. And I stood there like an idiot. I felt like an idiot, but I was just like, and then I looked at my boyfriend. I was like, it dances. I was like, boyfriend, it danced. And he's like, uh-huh. I was like, but it dances. You what?
But have you experienced Tentacle Man? Have you experienced Tentacle Man at Burning Man yet?
No. What is Tentacle Man?
There's a guy that has an awesome sauce, like animatronic costume that he puts on.
Uh-huh.
And he has all these tentacles like coming out of his back, and they kind of wave. And he his partner, I don't know how they do it, but her costume plays the music and his tentacles like line up to the beat of the music and they light up. Like,
no,
now, I know he walks around from time to time on certain nights. He doesn't every night.
Oh my God.
I got a chance to experience him. I don't get to experience him every time I go to a burn, but the one time I did, I was having a lazy burn day. I'm going to be honest. I just like had this like fold out kind of like lounge chair where I just wanted to just lay out, and whoever came by, that's who I was going to talk to. That's who important. I was going to interact with.
That's an important part about burning though. No, that's the important part. Taz, you got to remember, that's an important part. You have to have one day where you don't go out and you go to bed, or else you're going to die. Basically, you have to have a day where you stay at camp and you rest. So that's what you're, good for you. Good for you for resting.
Right. So I was just, just chilling out, and I had fallen asleep. I woke up, and y'all, I'm going to be honest, I thought I was still asleep till I heard my friend go, "That's some dope shit." And that's when I realized, bitch, you awake. But just think of these colorful tentacles, just like all waving around to music.
Oh my God.
There's another person in a suit, and their suit is like lighting up as the music is playing. Hey, Lady G.
Lady G's made it.
Yes, Lady G, we're talking about Burning Man.
Yeah. I'm in the dark.
That's the way that we are. This is like these are the internet acceptable outfits that we wear when we go to Burning Man. We can't like get into the nitty gritty of our Burning Man outfits because they would snatch us off the internet. And even though my page is 18 and over, baby.
I featured some of my appropriate costumes.
I feel like Lady G should go to a Burning Man with us. I think Lady G could.
You know what? Loveburn is closer
Hold
to
on,
her.
Deshaun.
I was telling her about Loveburn, and Loveburn's in Miami. That's closer to her. That's a good one to go to. That's a good region.
You know what? I always forget.
It's in Key Biscayne.
In
it's
my
right
mind, because of how but in my mind, how I feel about Lady G, I feel like she lives closer to me, and I keep forgetting precisely where she lives. Like
I'm
in
closer
my mind,
to you.
Lady G is my neighbor.
I'm closer
I know,
to you.
but in
I'm
my
literally
mind,
your neighbor.
I know, but in my mind, like Lady G lives next door to me. I don't know why I have this mental blockage where I'm just like, well, she's my neighbor. Like,
Yeah.
and every time somebody goes, no, she's in blah blah, and I'm like, oh, she is.
Yeah. No, she's closer
But
to Loveburn.
in my mind,
I go to Loveburn for sure. I go to Loveburn. I work Loveburn. So
in my mind, Lady G is my bestie. We live next door to each other, and we go to brunch every Sunday. That's just, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So, Lady G, now that you're, listening,
if you want to come to Burning Man with us, come to Burning Man with us. Let's go to Loveburn. Give you a little, dip a toe in the water of the community and see if you like it. See if you like Loveburn, because Loveburn's the second largest regional in the United States.
And
Flipside is the largest.
It is a good time, but hold on, I'm gonna send the link to the cousin because I know he's gonna have some good questions. So let's bring him in here. So
yeah, for sure.
Anything that
Tentacle Man, I missed out on Tentacle Man. Damn it! Well, I had a night. So after the man burn,
I don't know what his official name is. What other people call him. That's what I call him.
I watched a fire battle though. Oh my god! The fire battles are amazing because the vehicles are epic. So my group, they left, and I wanted to stay by El Popo because I needed to watch him dance again. So because it was the last day, and I said, okay, I got to watch him dance. And so I watched him dance again, breathe fire, all that shit. I met the guy who controls the panel, and he also has diastema like me, a gap between his two front teeth. So we bonded over that. It was cute. And then out of nowhere, a giant grasshopper with fire poofers show up. And then out of nowhere, a fucking pirate ship. It shows up and it's got fire. And so then all three of them I'm in the middle of all of them. And look, when I tell you, you can feel the heat from El Popo from 15 feet away, 20 feet away, 30 feet away. You literally feel your face melting. So imagine being surrounded by a flame-throwing octopus, a giant pirate ship, and a grasshopper, all shooting fire to the music from El Popo. I'm in the middle. The sky lit up with fire, and I was like, oh my God. And then randomly, out of nowhere, some guy with a squeaker in his mouth, he comes up to me. And he goes, squeak, squeak.
You will appreciate the heat. You'll appreciate the heat from one at night because what y'all don't realize, the desert is hot during the day, but cold at night.
Exactly. Why do you think I have all these fur coats? Why do you think I have all these faux fur coats?
Right. If it's nighttime and you can get, when people ask me, because I had a fire pit before, I redid my patio. And people were asking me why I bought the particular fire pit that I bought, because I can dump it out and I can travel with it. Mm-hmm. That's my burn fire pit. You know what? Because you need that. Oh, thank you, Lady G. Lady G likes our outfits. She loves our outfits. Ugh. Let's fix it now.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay, but I don't need a booby to pop out. Hold on, let me fix that.
fix that. We're not at the burn.
I mean, I already do a live with somebody that was willing. They were like, I could pop a boob out, please, dude.
No. That's why I'm wearing
the community guidelines violations.
Why I'm wearing the shirt that I'm wearing. I thought about wearing one of my other tops, and I was like, nope, it's gonna slip. I'm gonna slip. I ain't trying to do that on the internet.
That's why I chose this, because my favorite burn outfit I can't wear. Because it is a husky man's 4XL wife beater that I've kind of made into a makeshift dress.
Nice.
But for it to work, you can't wear anything underneath it.
Yeah.
And I'm like bleached like star. I have a thing for stars. So I bleached like stars and butterflies into it. So because I bleached it, you can kind of, from all the years, you can kind of see through them.
Mm-hmm.
But at a burn, that's acceptable.
Yeah.
But on the internet,
yeah.
And I had to test it out with the ring light. So that's why I was a few minutes late getting into the broadcast, because I was like, oh, you can see everything.
Yeah. I had
to, on YouTube.
I got to go into my burn box, just decide what I wanted to fucking wear, and I was like, Jesse, you can't wear any of this stuff, and I'm like, damn it. And so, but I have this that I would wear usually with my velvet purple bra.
I decided to go with my first night attire, because on my first night I always put on like a robe.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of walk around.
Oh yeah, you got to take a hot lap. That's the whole point.
My first night, I always feel like Hugh Hefner. Like,
oh yeah. By the end of it, you everybody's dusty as fuck. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I do want to show you all one gift that I got that I still use. I actually, yeah, but I use this gift every day since I got it from my last burn, and it's this journal.
Burn journals.
And this journal came from the woman that I told you I ran into that looks like Miriam.
Mm-hmm.
She just walked up to me and she said, I just feel like I should give this to you.
That's beautiful.
We never talked about my favorite color, never talked about me writing anything down, but it's a pink journal. And I'm about halfway through at this point, because I'm not the type of person that journals every single day. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, this is what I use. This is also, what all smokers need to use.
I know
it's an Altoid.
I'm sniffing it, but this journal still smells like Miriam. And
really,
Miriam smells like lilies. If you ever smelled a lily.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, there is
if I'm having a tough day, especially since I haven't been able to burn.
Get off my floor.
Yes, since I haven't been able to burn, there are days that I pick up this book and I just, because I can smell, and no, her name is not legitimately Miriam, but I'm not going to say her name on here because I do know what she does.
Yeah.
In the other world. So I don't do that. I don't.
Yeah, no.
Now, I do know that she follows me, and if she ever wants to come on and talk, then we will talk. But you know our code.
Yeah,
you know our code. Like, if we're willing to talk to each other publicly, we talk to each other publicly. If we're not, we can see each other at the doctor's office. We can see each other at the grocery store. We just kind of look like and keep it moving.
Oh.
And I think that is like the number one rule of Burning Man.
Yeah.
People say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. No, what happens at Burning Man truly stays at Burning Man. And I don't have as many pictures, even though I've burned longer than JesseLee. I don't have as many pictures as she does, is because I tend to just leave my phone in whatever vehicle I'm traveling in.
Yeah.
Because one, I don't want to accidentally break any of the rules just because somebody could text me or I get a notification in the midst of me doing something. Two, I don't want to be distracted with the outside world while I'm there.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean,
I'm sorry.
My children know the pictures of me that I posted.
Know if it's truly an emergency, me and my children have a rule that they call me twice. They call me back to back. That's when I know it's an emergency. I need to pick up the phone. I may have to pack up and leave at that point.
But you're screwed on Playa because there's no phone reception out there. you're screwed on Playa.
Right.
You know?
But for me, because it's so therapeutic and so cathartic for me, I personally do not want a distraction. Have I been places and seen people, taking selfies? That's cool. That's fine. That is your judge. I am not judging anybody. I'm just saying, for me personally,
yeah,
I like the disconnect, because my everyday regular life is just, I can't disconnect. Deshaun, I sent you the link. I texted to you.
And I want to mention that too. I want to talk about that too. See, the pictures that I have are pictures that were taken of me. They were not pictures that I took myself. They were pictures that I consented to, because I'm the same way. I'm not on my phone, like when I'm at, especially out on Playa. First of all, your phone can get damaged because of the dust. I wasn't about to try to have my fucking phone all busted up. It lived in 2 Ziploc bags in the RV. I barely brought that motherfucker out. If I did, I brought it out because I met somebody who is my doppelganger. I met my doppelganger at Burning Man. So yeah, I was like, okay, I'll take my phone out and take a picture. But other than that, like, all pictures of me or anything is either like at regionals out here before the burn happens, or
most of my pictures, my friend that generally goes with me, because she knows more people than I do there, she gets sent the pictures. And the problem is, when I get home from Burning Man, I'm exhausted and I forget to ask her for the pictures.
Yep.
So that's on me. I forget to ask for the pictures. And there we go. Okay. So we get the cousin coming in. Okay.
Awesome.
What are you?
Hello.
Are you beautifying yourself?
I just got off work. Yes, I'm beautifying myself.
What questions do you have for us?
I want to know what y'all talking about. That's what I really want to know.
Jesse, Deshaun.
Hi.
Hey.
Deshaun, don't ask us nothing ridiculous. But Deshaun, Jesse, Deshaun, say hello, people.
I'm celebrating my anniversary today. I'm just waiting for RJ to get off work. Huh?
Oh, it's that anniversary.
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah, so like I'm
my cousin RJ,
not even trying to be with the kids too much. I'm just trying to figure out
whatever. Since you popped in here, you need to ask us all your good, because I know you got a plethora of questions regarding Burning Man. So let's go. Let's get it.
Of course. What is it?
What is it? What it is mentally, if you really want to just trim the fat away, because we've been talking about, the costumes and what it is it's a city. It's a community of artists, of people from all walks of life that come together and try to build a city, a temporary city that's better than the world that we know and live in every single day. So you come, you bring your best. You bring your best art, you bring your best self, you bring everything that you need to survive. And the goal, the real goal is to see if we can survive in a world and how create social dynamics and different types of communities and thrive and have it be something significant. And if we can take what we learn in those values and, it's like a giant experiment. Can we be sustainable? Can this type of quote unquote utopia exist in the default world? And so that's really what it fundamentally is. And it's also a duocracy. You want to build a fucking octopus that fucking breathes fire, you build it. You find the people and you fucking build it. You want to make 80,000 grilled cheeses, you go and you fucking get all the supplies that you need and you make those grilled cheeses.
Basically like the old world was before they came up with all these rules and regulations.
Oh, I mean, it still has rules and regulations because we do abide by, whatever by state laws. And we have 10 principles, okay? We need Taz, we got to go through the principle. We got to go through the 10 principles.
But we respect everybody's ability to exist in their truth.
In their truth.
It may not be our truth, but we don't, you know how like, say I could put out a video today on TikTok or on any platform and go, you know what? I love the color pink and I love this type of ice cream. And there will be someone to come and criticize me. At Burning Man, like, oh, that's what you like? High five, sis. I may not like that, but I appreciate the fact that you like it. And they keep it moving.
Embracing indifference.
There's no
the embracement.
No, nothing. At the end of Burning Man, we burn an effigy, whatever the effigy is for that year. And that's when we release and let go. And we just, but in the midst of that, the connections that you make, the conversations that you have, the journey that you go through yourself, because I could take you with me to Burning Man, but trust me, your experience is going to be different than mine. Oh, swear to God, all the cousins is coming in tonight. Look, my cousins can't let me have one night.
Hey, Jesse.
To shine a light.
Hey, girl. We still need to plan our movie night. You need to let me know when you're available.
I know. Okay, so what I want to tap on is the 10 principles, because I think the 10 principles will really give you guys an idea.
Are y'all trying to make connections on my show without me?
Girl, you said we was going to do a movie night before.
Don't time me out. I'm trying to be official and shit. Damn it.
Wait a minute, hold up. I was already being respectful as fuck.
No. I'm not talking about you, honey. I'm talking about
No. Because what you don't understand is now that he here, I'm pointing the wrong way. Now that he here, he goes, I ain't got time for your foolishness tonight, D-Mac. I am trying to celebrate a year worth of work.
Woo!
Okay. I ain't got time. And if I don't call you Taz tomorrow with a ring on it,
first of all, we was talking about
your help. I may need your help.
First of all, you need my help. I'm the one with the rocks. Don't play with me. But anywho, we was talking about me. No, okay,
like you have to understand.
It's my show. So we're always gonna talk about me.
See,
I'm waiting.
I'm blaming you.
I'm waiting to get back to Burning Man. That's what I'm waiting on. So just let me know.
Okay, let's go back to Jesse explaining Deshaun's question. And then when Jesse is done explaining Deshaun's question, then D-Mac, you can ask your, don't be pointing at me. Then you can ask your question. Okay?
Okay. So, everybody, love y'all.
Stop letting the door open. I need to
when I say love y'all, but I'm talking to you too. All right. Now, there are 10 principles.
No, wait, I'm pointing the wrong
one of the shut up.
Go ahead, Jesse. I think I'm pointing at you now.
So stop talking now. There are 10. I love you. Shh. You can radically self-express yourself in a minute. Now, there are 10 principles to Burning Man. One of the principles is radical self-reliance. And what that means is that you got to come prepared. It's all about what you bring, and you are responsible for yourself or your group or whatever. So if you need 10 pairs of socks, you got to bring 10 pairs of socks. If you have to bring the water, you have to bring the food, you have to bring the money for ice, you have to bring everything that you need to survive. You have to come prepared, point blank, period. Because if you don't come prepared, you're either going to have a shit time, you might die, etc. So you have to make sure that you are responsible for yourself. Another one of the principles is radical self-expression. What radical self-expression is an expression of yourself, your true self. It is a gift to the community to truly radically express yourself in the truest form. Now, I'm going to go into that other bit later. Another one is radical inclusion, meaning we try to make the environment inclusive for everybody. Anybody and everybody is welcome at Burning Man. Now, at the same time, that does mean that you're going to have people there that you are not going to like, or that fundamentally you think don't align with what Burning Man is. But that is the idea, is that anybody and everybody can go. That means we are not ageist. We are not sexist, misogynist, any of those things. No matter what walk of life, you can be at Burning Man. However, due to the fact that we do abide by laws, registered sex offenders, murderers, etc., those types of things, no, we do have limits. Just saying. All right, another one of the principles is participation. You are encouraged to participate because here's the thing. Everything that happens at a burn is brought by the participants, by the people who show up, by the people who bring the art. So we encourage you to participate. So if you're walking down the road and you see an art project and they say, hey, why don't you come on in? Go for it. Go for it. And if it's not your vibe, that's okay. Or you can even say no if you're like, yeah, I gotta, this. But you encourage yourself to participate because Burning Man is going to happen regardless, whether you're sitting at your camp or you're on your bike going somewhere. The burn is happening. And it's on you to decide what you want to do or where you want to go or who you want to yes, if the experience comes to you, go for it. And what that also goes for is immediacy. Immediacy. Hey, if you're walking down the road and you see somebody who, you see, something shiny in the distance, go for it. That's obviously your ticket. It piques your interest, go for it. That's part of what immediacy is. Or, like one time, immediacy was for me to go into a giant tent filled with balloons. I don't know. It says it. Okay, go for it. And I did it and it was awesome. So that's one of them. Civic responsibility or civic duty. It's basically your duty to take care of one another. Do things for one another. You see somebody whose bike is broken, help them. That's part of your responsibility. You see people saying some racist shit, some misogynistic shit, call it out. If that doesn't abide by what fundamentally is what Burning Man is, if it is an attack on radical inclusion or radical self-expression, go for it, call it the fuck out. Keep the environment the way that you want it. Another one of the principles is leave no trace. 80,000 people come to this thing. 80,000 people. That's a lot of fucking trash. That's a lot of fucking sewage. That's a lot of everything. What you bring into the burn, you take out. Point blank, period. Exactly. No, there are no garbage. There's no dumpster for you to dump the trash. There's nothing. A piece of your costume falls off, you pick that up. I don't care if it's a tiny little sequin or a fucking like microscopic piece of glitter. You pick that up. Same thing with cigarette smoke. You cannot ash your cigarette because you have 80,000 people and 20,000 of them are fucking smokers. That's a lot of ash on the fucking ground. And as well, the environment is so delicate that if you have all that cigarette ash on the ground, it's going to fuck up everything. So you have to pick up everything. You can't dump water out on the playa. Why? Because it'll fuck up the ground. That's why you have tubs specific for dumping. If your AC leaks, you need to make sure that you have a tub underneath where your AC air conditioner leaks because that will fuck up the ground. Peeing. You are not allowed to pee on the playa. You go to a porta potty. You do what you have to do. Same thing. We always tell people to bring kitty litter, bring a litter box. Why? Because late at night, if the nearest porta potty from you is 2 to 3 city blocks away from you, because it's organized like a city. If the nearest porta potties to you are fucking 15-minute walk to you, and you're not going to make it, you need a bucket, you need a litter box, you need whatever the fuck you need, and you need to have a specific tent for that. Because you can't do those things. So leave no trace. You want to make sure that the environment looks better than it did when you got there. Point blank, period. You leave no trace. That's one of the other principles. Another principle is volunteering. The burn would not be what it is without volunteers. Point blank, period. Volunteers work year round. You have, and volunteers are medics. Volunteers are rangers. Volunteers are performers. Volunteers are board members. Volunteers are the leads of all of it. Volunteers are people who, without that, we would not have Burning Man. We would not have Burning Man without volunteers.
Keep in mind, volunteers are also writers, editors, IT people, just like myself. To get the information out. Volunteers are also the people that make content to remind you of what the rules are. And one thing I forgot to tell you all when I was telling you what to put into your essential list, I tell people go to Home Depot because you can get the buckets for cheap. Get a bucket. Either get sand or kitty litter. Kitty litter is better.
Pool noodle.
Because if you got to go tinkle in the middle of the night, and let's face it, when you arrive at Burning Man, you may be a certain distance away from things. I have left days early to make the drive, but then I've gotten derailed because I linked up with somebody that I met at the last Burning Man, and we decided to chill at a certain campsite for a couple days, and then we get there. Or I'm severely ADHD. I'll see something on my way that I didn't see the last year. Or depending on which Burning Man, like whether it's regional or different ones, I might want to spend a day or two here or a day here. Have that because it's easy. And collect your Walmart bags, your grocery bags, everything else. Put them in a bigger bag. Put them in whatever vehicle you're traveling in. So when you have that bucket, you can scoop, you can tie, you can put into the trash receptacles that we have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's all kinds of hacks. And I mean, you have to do your research. You have to do your research before you do this.
Yeah, and get you a spray bottle. You can get it from Dollar Tree. You know, the Dollar Tree. But get you the big bottle of refill for Febreze because you're gonna need it, baby. You're gonna need it.
Yeah. And you know,
whether it's for clothes, whether it's for your vehicle that you're traveling in, you gonna need some, because y'all gotta remember, ain't no washers and dryers out there. And if you're like, oh, I have a bucket of water and I brought extra water and soap, baby, by the time that stuff dries, and because of the heat, even when it dries, those clothes are going to be too hot for you to be put on. And the dust, people walking by, people stopping by, it still ain't going to smell fresh. Get you some Febreze and get you the big refill bottle that's like $7 from Walmart. Get you a spray bottle, pour that in there, and spray your stuff down.
Hey, Taz, I think we need to do a separate panel on the hacks of Burning Man, because that is a whole other thing. Because here's the thing. You have to come prepared to this thing. People die at this thing. You have to come prepared. Yes, you sign a waiver. But people die at this thing. You have to come prepared. But I mean, that's another video. But I have more I have more principles that I want to get through.
There are people who have bought the books, have talked to those of us that are long-standing burners, and they do not listen to us. They get out there, they get dehydrated, they passed out, they don't bring food, or they don't want to accept food from other people when they can watch these people cook the food.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I don't understand if somebody's bringing something to you that you didn't see being cooked because you don't know these people. But if you can actually watch someone take the proper precautions and cook and try to share with you, I'm not about to die in the middle of the desert because I watched you make a freaking pancake for me.
Yeah, no, we don't do that. We don't cater to sparkle ponies. That's what they're called. Sparkle ponies. Sparkle ponies.
And this needs to be said. Stop being bougie at Burning Man.
Yep.
I'm not even one that likes peanut butter and jelly, but there have been 3 times that I ran out of food because I was oversharing. But I'm the type of person, I don't want somebody to go hungry. So yes, I may have calculated for a certain amount of meals. If I see somebody is hungry, I'm going to share with them. And as much as I hate peanut butter, there have been times that's all somebody had to share with me. Was I bougie and was like, no, I don't want that. No, I was appreciative. I thanked them. We sat down and we broke bread and I ate that motherfucking peanut butter and jelly sandwich like it was a steak and potato from my favorite steakhouse. You understand me?
Yes. Yeah.
And I did my food dance and everything. You know what I mean?
Go on, Taz.
Like, stop coming out here that it's Burger King and you can have it your way. People will share with you what they can share with you, and they're doing it out of the kindness of your heart. If you decide to come to Burning Man, you have to decide to leave traditional society behind you when you pull up, because if you don't, I'm going to be honest.
You're going to
People
die.
can take this how they want.
You are going to
not
die.
Survive, because
You
you
are going
come
to
in
die.
thinking that things work in the outside world the way it works in here, and you want to be bougie and want to be catered to, baby, you will not survive. And
Well,
I'm not
here's the
trying
thing.
to
Taz.
people.
Just time out for a second.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm going off of that. No.
No.
I understand that, and I hear you. What we call that is sparkle ponying. First and foremost, radical self-reliance is one of the principles. You have to come prepared. Now, if there is a camp that definitely is part of their burn experience is making food for people, you are not going to go into that fucking burn being like, oh, well, this camp is going to feed me, so I don't have to bring food. Fuck you, fuck your burn, fuck your day, because that's not how you do it. You will die if you come with that expectation that people are just going to do things for you. Oh, people are just magically going to have extra tent poles for me. Or, oh, people are magically going to have rebar for me so my tent doesn't blow away because of the dust storm. Or, no, you have to come prepared. And I think, Taz, we need to do a Burning Man video part 3 where we talk about the hacks of Burning Man and the preparation. But right now I want to get back to the principles. And one of the main things I want to talk about is decommodification.
I agree. And there's a lot of people.
Okay.
And there's a lot of people who see my face at a burn and they know that I bring extra food.
Yeah.
Taz, stop.
I'm not Bill Gates.
Finish what? Hello. Let JesseLee finish speaking.
I'm almost done. I promise. I'm almost done. Taz, I love you, and I want to talk about that. I'm almost done. I want to talk about decommodification, which is the biggest separation between festival and burn. Okay? At a burn, the only thing that you can buy is your ticket and ice. That's it. There is no other form of commerce or any type of money exchange. Nothing. You don't, whatever you were buying and selling back out in the default world, don't even try to bring that shit into the burn, because 1, it's illegal and we abide by the fucking rules. And 2, that is not what it's about. They're better. You do not, no. You want some of my water? I'm not going to say you have to pay for it. No, fuck you. That's not what it's about, which then leads into gifting. Gifting is giving something, without the expectation of getting something in return. That is what gifting is. So a lot of people, for example, I crochet. A lot of people have been asking me, oh, do you sell? And I said, no, because I've been a burner for so long. I believe in decommodification. I believe in that. I don't want what I have or to have value to it. Like all of these things in this box cost people money to make. Definitely cost them fucking money to make. Hell, it took me money to buy the duct tape and the Altoids. However, by doing that, I now have an ashtray to leave no trace, and I also make these and gift these out to people, to smokers who just put them back in their pocket. And I'd be like, no, have an Altoid tin. Keep your cigarette butts in here. Keep it contained. Ash in here. This is your way. So this is one of the things that I would gift out to people. And I also brought this, I went to a music festival a few times, and people were throwing cigarette butts on the ground, and it disgusted me. And I made over 180 of these, and I just handed them out to people, and people thought that I was supposed to give them money. That they were supposed to give me money. And I said, no, it's a gift. I'm not expecting anything in return. I don't want anything in return. I'm saying, let me make your life a little bit easier.
Exactly.
Here you go. Here's an ashtray. Enjoy this. I got patches. I got a disco ball. Hell, I got some googly eyes. Randomly, someone just gave me some googly eyes. I was like, fuck yeah. That's also part of gifting. And it doesn't matter what you gift. It can be, a waffle. It can be a hat. It can be an article of clothing. It can be any of those things. But have to come from the expectation that you're not going to get anything in return, because you don't have to. It's a gift from the heart. It's a gift to the burn. It's a gift to the community. Who knows? Your gift might elevate that fucking burn. And, you know, people can say no. You have the ability to say no. And that's, again, one of the biggest separations between festival and burn is decommodification. You know, you don't pay to see any DJs that play. Yeah, Beats Antique might show up, or Skrillex might show up, but you're not buying your ticket to Burning Man to see Skrillex. You're not paying them. They're not getting paid to be there. None of them are getting paid to be there. No performers, nobody at all. Volunteers don't get paid. Decommodification, point blank, period. I've said that a lot, but that's just really what it is. And then there's another principle that I'm missing. Shit. What was it? It was decommodification, civic responsibility, volunteering, leave no trace, gifting, radical self. I don't know. I lost count. Hold on. What did I cover? I covered inclusion, expression, civic duty, leave no trace,
participation.
Did I say gifting already?
You spoke about it, but during the decommodification.
Okay, gifting, and then oh shit, I'm forgetting a principle. Fucking A. Where's my phone? I don't know. I lost it. Hold on. Where's my manual? Shit. Taz, help me. I'm missing a principle. I talked about inclusion, civic duty, gifting, volunteering, participation, radical self-expression, leave no trace. I think I said that already. Shit. I'm all fucked up. I'm missing a principle. I'm missing one. Big one. What the fuck was it? Taz, veteran. She can't hear me. You're muted, Taz.
No,
help me.
I'm trying to think. I'm like,
you have a phone. Look it up on your phone. Why are we breaking our brains over this?
Right, because when you've been there so long, you just know what to do.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to.
Okay. So participation, leave no trace, radical self-expression, radical inclusion, volunteering, gifting.
It says radical self-reliance.
Radical self-reliance. I talked about that one. Radical self-reliance. Yes.
Communal effort.
Communal effort.
Radical one. Yes. Which one?
Communal effort. Forgot about that one. Communal effort.
And the last one is immediacy. I don't think you talk about that.
I talked about immediacy. I did talk about immediacy. I did. Okay, so communal effort.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I'm so like.
Yes,
because when you go so
very
many times,
I mean, yeah.
So it's hard sometimes to verbally express our rules.
Mm-hmm.
But we talked about decommodification, but
yes,
I don't think we touched on the radical self-expression.
No, I didn't talk about radical self-expression. No, I did. I said it's the truest form of expression of yourself. And I said how it ties into radical inclusion.
You did.
Which is, yeah. Yeah, I talked about that. I hit radical self-expression. But I didn't talk about communal effort. Communal effort, that is essentially, it's very similar to civic duty, because the communal effort means it takes a community for Burning Man to exist. It takes a village to raise a child. It takes a community to make this happen. And your civic responsibility is to maintain that community. And your communal effort is to put in the hours, to put in the time, to put in the work, to make it all come together to be this beautiful fucking thing, And
again, we do take care of each other.
We do. Some people might not, and that's honestly that's how they will be. They're hardcore burners. They'll say, "Should have come prepared." fuck your day, fuck your burn. And that's, that's sometimes what you're going to get out there. And then sometimes you're going to get people who will be like,
we do take care of each other. And even if you hand someone a sandwich, you'll be like, okay, well, next year, bring X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
Know about this, because I didn't know about the stuff that I had in my home that I should have packed until somebody told me. That's why I shared it tonight. Like, hey, I was told you have this in your home. Bring it with you. You don't have to buy something special if you don't have to. Bring it with you next time. And I was one of those people, because I'm like, whoa, I've got sandals. I'm walking around, and people were like, no, you still need to bring this. You still need to do this. I would have never known, but somebody came to my rescue to make things comfortable for me so that I could continue. And they gave me information. There was actually one time I was down to a box of pancake mix and nothing else. But there were 4 other people that had other things to contribute to that breakfast.
Yup.
And we served breakfast all day. Like, this is all we have, is just breakfast food, traditional breakfast food. And we made it work. You know what I mean? Between all of us. And they were like, well, next time, they're like, you learn from this. You know that you need more of X, Y, and Z, bring it. Because I learned I needed more of X, Y, and Z. It's a good thing we were close to each other.
Yeah.
Because at their camp, they made this. At another camp, they made this. We all came together in the in-between. I know some people watch Stranger Things and think of the in-between as something else. But when you're at Burning Man, the in-between just means that there's a collection of camps, and y'all pick a spot that's in between all of the camps to help people. So in the in-between, that's where we serve people. And we had an amazing time. We had some amazing conversations. There were people I learned about their struggles within the United States over that breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
I left as a better ally to other people of color that before I honestly did not know their struggle, because in the books, it didn't tell me their struggle. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's one thing you do need to be prepared for when you decide to burn. That there will be people that will get comfortable with you. Even if you've just met them and all you've said is hello. They may feel a kindred with you, and they will release things unto you that you never knew. And you need to be prepared, because you will also get to that point where you will release what you've been through. And you need to be understanding that people are going to embrace what you said and be willing to leave the burn and fight for you.
Yeah. Who knows what that hello will do? That hello could have been the hello that they needed to continue on. That could have been the hello that saved their life. That could have been an act of kindness that they'd been craving for so long. And just by being in that environment, that gave them validation for life. I've seen it.
Because a lot of people, they're not getting it through their family. They're not getting it through their friends.
Yeah.
And they might get it from you because
it gets deep.
You're feeling zen, or just the person that you are. And you might like in the regular world, you can walk up to somebody and be like, oh, how are you doing? We're all conditioned to go, oh, I'm fine, and keep it moving. But at Burning Man, when you ask somebody how they're doing, they're truly going to tell you how they're doing.
Yep.
And it's up to you how you deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you also have to realize you've been asked how you're doing, and you have to realize how you've answered.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an unwritten rule. It's an unwritten rule that if you're asking for respect and understanding, you give respect and understanding.
Fact. That part.
Even if you don't like what the person has to say, you hear them out and you go, okay, I can't be on board with that, but I respect where you're coming from, and you keep it moving and you go to the next place.
Mm-hmm. Or make a scene.
Unlike
you know what? Sometimes you have to make a fucking scene. Taz, I got a story. So my Burning Man experience, I physically could not continue on with anything until I solved this. So first and foremost, Black people go to burns. We go. We're a small population, but we attend. And there's been a lot of talk within the Burning Man organization and with regionals around about making burns more diverse. And what I've been working on out in the St. Louis area is just that, is having the conversations with people, doing ideas on how to do more community outreach, how we need to. And I'm being like, hold on, guys. As long as I've been in this fucking burn community, I can tell you right now, we ain't ready for more Black people, because you don't treat the Black people in this community right if we're still having X, Y, and Z a problem. I'm like, none of these things have been fixed. So bringing attention. So that's what I've been doing. So I was at Burning Man, right? 2019. I'm at Burning Man. It's Monday. There was this workshop at this kind of hippie woo-woo camp. Y'all already know how I feel about hippies anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So boyfriend and I, we were heading out to that camp, and we get there, and unfortunately we were late. So we didn't get into the workshop. So they had the events listed for the entire week. And I look and I see an event that was happening on Friday. And it said, have a fantasy relationship with a Black man. And I said, excuse me? And I found their pamphlet that they had for this camp. And it said, have you ever fantasized being with a Black man? Well, you come and you get to, you come, and if Black men show up, you can, I'm summing it up, I'm butchering the description, but it said, come and enjoy an experience with a Black man. Have you ever had a fantasy of being with a Black man before? Well, you get to choose which Black man that you want to be with and enjoy your fantasy. So basically a fetishization of Black men. And I see this at this camp that's all about free spirit, hippie woo-woo shit. And I go to the greeter and I say, excuse me, do you know that you're hosting an event that fetishizes Black men? And she was like, what are you talking about? And I said, this is your camp, right? She's like, uh-huh. And I said, you see this event? This really doesn't align with you. I'm like, we are already a small population, and people are trying to say we need more Black people. Well, why the fuck do you think more Black people want to show up if you're going to fetishize Black people here? That's wrong. That's not right. That is not why Black people should be coming to this fucking burn, especially to this fucking camp. It doesn't make any fucking sense. So I was angry, and I said, who is the runner of this event? I need to know. Mm-hmm. So I went to go find her, and she was doing yoga. And I said, okay, I'm not going to interrupt her doing yoga. So I went back to my camp, and I had been fuming about this for days. So then I was like, boyfriend, I need to go out. So 2 days later, I go out, and I find, conveniently, people of color camp. And these are all, it's a Black run camp. And it is amazing. So I literally rolled up and I started crying because I was so happy to see representation at the burn. And I was like, can I sit and talk with you? And they're like, yeah, of course, get in here. And so I get in there and I start talking, meet them. A lot of them from Chicago, most of them from New York. And then I said, okay, can I get real? And I said, absolutely. And I showed them the pamphlet and the event. And I said, look, I'm mad, but I need perspective because this is targeted at Black men specifically. I am not a Black man, but I can speak on my experience as being Black and being fetishized for being Black. And I need to understand, am I missing something? Was it the wording of this? Was it what, like, how do you feel? And so I got perspective from multiple different Black men. And then I was like, I can't go on knowing that this is happening. and that we're potentially being fetishized. I can't go on with my burn. So I made it my mission that day. I said, I'm going to go find the lead and I'm going to talk to her. So I went in and I waited because she was having her moments with her people. And then finally I walked up to her and I said, look, I know that you're hosting an event, you know, for Black men to, you know, to basically start a romance or fetishization, live out a fantasy. And I said, I need to understand if my anger is correct. Am I misinterpreting something? Am I missing something? Is it just worded incorrectly? Because I need to know what this event is about. And the woman was very honest with me. And she said, well, it's exactly what it says. It's a fetish. And I said, okay, well, I'm here to tell you right now that that's fucked up and that's wrong. And she's like, even my husband, who's Black, said it was wrong, but I decided to do it anyway. And because you are talking with me now and you've come to me expressing this and that you've told, you know, you've gained perspective from other people and that they also feel this way, I now officially see that this is wrong and I'm canceling the event right now. Thank you very much for talking with me. And I said, thank you for being open and honest with me because like this fucked me up. I said, I'm not going to lie. Like this fucked me up. I was not going to continue with my burn until I got down to the significant event. You what? No, but I shut it.
If she's not going to listen to her husband.
Yeah, she didn't even listen to her husband.
But
I'm like, one of the excuses.
I understand. And I appreciate you for doing what you're doing. And no, I'm not a Black man. And I'm glad we have 2 Black men on the panel right now. But white women, if you are married to a Black man and you're not going to listen to a Black man's point of view, that's a problem. If I'm overstepping, if I'm overreaching,
you
Taz, the Black man that
Taz,
on the
I need
panel,
to correct you real quick.
Please tell me if I'm wrong.
I need to correct you. The woman running the camp was not a white woman. She was from South America. So she was not a white woman. She was she is a woman of color, but she was not a Black woman. She was, she's from, oh goodness. She's from somewhere in South America. I'm not sure which country, but that was one of the excuses that one of the people made for me. They said, well, she's from South America. And I said, it does not matter where she's from, what she's doing. And it does not matter that she is also a person of color. The fact of the matter is that she is fetishizing marginalized people, something that has happened consistently, something that happens not only here that you're trying to bring it, but it happens constantly in the default world. How are you expecting to increase the number of Black participants when the first thing that we see when we open this fucking pamphlet is fetishization? What makes you think that? So I was able to have that conversation with her. She canceled the event completely. And then I was like, okay, it's canceled. It's done. Thank you. I'm like, that is not something that needs to happen at Burning Man. And that's what I mean by you're going to find things at these things that are going to piss you off, that are going to get on your fucking nerves, that are going to just irk you to the bone. And it all depends on what you want to, if you want to be proactive about it, do something about it. Be proactive about it. I came in from the perspective of I'm angry, but let me know if I'm missing something. And we were able to have that conversation and she was able to hear me and we were able to talk and she finally it broke through to her. And like, I was so
but since we do have
fucking happy that happened
on the panel, because Black men are fetishized so much, let's get their perspective on that. If you all are willing, I know I didn't talk to y'all about this beforehand because I didn't know this was going to, but
that's
if you're willing,
right there. You never know it's going to go where the conversation's going to go.
And y'all know how my platform is. We go with the flow. But if you're willing to talk about this, what are your thoughts on when you hear things like this? What goes through your mind as a Black man? D-Mac, let's start with you, and then we'll end with Deshaun.
So I would say that, so sidebarring that one, I'm going to give you some context for my feeling. So I don't know when I first started my TikTok
Okay.
my TikTok career, I made a video series called Retail Stories. I still have to finish it. I still have a lot of them I have to do. But I have one retail story where this woman, I was working at a clothing store and she was checking out and she was just, regular retail banter, small talk, whatever. And then she goes in, it was hot that day, so it was summertime, so I had on a short sleeve shirt. So she's like, "Oh my God, I love your tan. Where do you go tanning?" Yes, collective gasp, collective shaking your head, whatever else you want to say it, because that's exactly what happened.
Good Lord. Good fucking Lord. Where do you tan? Oh, for fuck's sake.
Wait, hold on. Here's
All right.
here's the clincher. Here's the clincher of what
Right,
I
I'm
said
done.
to her.
I'm done. I'm muting again. I'm done.
Here's what I said to her. It's at first I don't know if she saw my collective like what is wrong with you face, because my face ain't joined church yet. And so I literally said to her, I literally turned to her and I said, "Ma'am, I am this color all over 365 days a year.
And 366 on leap year.
If you saw how pink she turned when I said that, quickly gave me the money, I gave her the change and walked the heck out. Because I'm just like, y'all are sitting here thinking that we are going to just sit here and not say anything to you. So in regards to the fetishization of Black men in general, just all of us, whether they're light skinned, dark skinned, I will say dark skinned men get that more of that fantasy more so than a light skinned dude. But it goes across the board for all of us, because they all think we have a big schlong. They all think it. Let's be real. Let's tell the truth and shame the devil tonight. They all think it. They all think that we know what we're doing, when half of the time, let's be real, most of us don't. I'm throwing people underneath the bus, and if they don't get it, it's all right. It ain't my fault. It's the truth, and I ain't gonna say nothing. It is what it is.
Did I do that? It ain't my fault.
But I'm just like, you're gonna sit here, and just like with Black men throwing Black women underneath the bus to uplift somebody else, you throw your men underneath the bus when they don't fulfill their duties in the bedroom, thinking that we're going to fulfill the duties in the bedroom. And when we don't, you sit here and throw us underneath the bus again. So I'm just like, make up your mind. You can't have a double standard here,
church,
and then sit here and expect us to pick up the slack. I'm like, that's not how this works. I'm not going to sit here and do the job that you're expecting your man to do. And when he doesn't do it, you expect me to do it. And then if I don't, you say, "Oh, well, girl, go someplace else. You decided to start this mess." And I'm just like, here's another thing to add on to that. And I'm just like, if you look at the whole slavery thing and them calling us quote unquote bulls, that just added to this fetishization of Black men. That just added to it. It just threw more mess on top of it.
Really
Just threw it.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I didn't want to say anything, because I am not a man and I'm not a Black man, but I'm glad you brought that up.
I'm just like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm a mute.
Like, I mean, when I was in conversation. Oh, yes, your turn.
I can wait.
Oh, well, what I was going to say was, like, on my bit, when I was talking with the Black men at People of Color Camp, getting perspective, there was one man who was actually interested in the workshop. He said, "I'm actually going to go to it." And I was like, "Really? I mean, why? What's the point?" And he's just like, and it really honestly broke my heart in a sense, where he's like, "I feel valued. I actually feel a sense of value. Like, people actually want to be with me, and people like it's a moment where I'm in control, where people want me." And I said, "But you're not understanding. It's for women to choose you. So what happens if they don't choose you? These women, the workshop is designed for these women to literally go through a lineup and pick which black men they want to live their fantasy with. What if you are not their fantasy? It's not about you. It's about them. It has nothing to do with you. And that's what broke my heart, was that he wasn't seeing that it wasn't about him being worshipped. It was about these women that wanted to live out their fantasy. And let me be very clear. It was also about the leader of the workshop. It was her fantasy. It was her fantasy. It was her idea that she came up with to do this workshop. She came up with it for herself. She wanted to live out a fantasy. She wanted this fantasy to be real.
So
and she wanted it to be real for other people.
Can I point out
so
something?
they were okay with the slave auction.
Essentially, that's what it is.
You want to point out something.
And I shut it down. And I shut it the fuck down.
Go ahead.
Okay, so what I want people to understand that in the gay community, we also have a fetishization of black men. And it's just like how D-Mac said, y'all think everybody's big down there if you're black. Like, I mean, what's the longing joke? Big black cock. I'm just gonna say it. Who the fuck cares? Yeah. And I'm just gonna be honest with you, like y'all don't understand. Like in the gay community, yes, we have fetishes just like the straight community. But at the same time, when it comes to gay men, why is the black guy always depicted as something as aggressive, this long?
That.
Sorry, I'm out of focus.
All of that.
And do you understand that do you understand that even though most platforms have gotten rid of the, how could you say, rape fucking shit, which is weird as fuck if you watch that, but it's show business, don't let me know. Why is it every time, you just go to see what a platform is doing, why do I always see Negro, slave? Do you understand the number of black, gay, male, adult entertainment videos there are about Negro slaves? And as a black man and that grew up around a lot of other black men who are homophobic, why I gotta sit there and be like, y'all got a point?
Facts.
Because like I can't even be myself without my community, and understand I love my gay community and I love the LGBTQ, but come on, we got to point out the bullshit where the bullshit is. Facts. Even if you were trying to get your rack soft.
Mm-hmm.
Like, most of my friends, y'all may not know this about me, most of my friends are straight. It's not because I can't deal with another gay dude. It's just because I ain't got time for bullshit. And most of the gay men in my area are full of bullshit. I'm lucky if I find one that's not full of bullshit. I'm going to date that one. I
mean, you are in a state that I still don't believe that they produce black people.
Man. Anyways. I want you guys to understand, like, they have this. It wasn't until they met me that they understood that just because I'm gay doesn't mean I'm a hit on them.
What about me?
Just because I'm gay doesn't mean, huh?
What am I, chopped liver?
Do you live in Ireland?
I don't care, but you said if you knew one, i.e. me, I'm just saying, just threw me underneath the bus.
He talked about where he lived, and you got to realize where he lives. I don't even think they produce black people where he lived, but the cousin live in that state.
Iowa.
Evidently, they produce black people there.
And I need you to also understand. My best friend, she lives in freaking Denver, Colorado. She left Iowa. I just got left behind.
I know how that goes.
Anyways, but my point is like, it wasn't until they met me that they understood, like, look, not every gay person is going to hit on them. Not every gay person, or gay male, I should say, is sitting there in their mind sexualizing them.
Stick a pin right there. Just
But-
1 second. Just 1 second.
Okay.
That's another thing that gets on my nerves.
D-Mac, wait, hold on. D-Mac, I gotta pull a Kanye. I'm gonna let you say what you got to say. But did you just call another woman your best friend?
Who? Where?
Me?
Oh, what y'all talk about?
Deshaun.
Who are
Is
you
that-
talking to?
I didn't call anybody my best friend, darling. I just said
You just
friend.
said
She's talking to
no
me.
best friend that
No,
lives
you're not
with-
listening, Taz. I know who.
Good God, girl, you is so insecure.
Yes,
I can have
yes,
more than
yes,
one best
yes.
friend.
First
I'm
of
just
all,
saying.
my best friend is my best friend. My family is what I'm on here with. They are two
Shenanigans.
different things.
Shenanigans.
They are
Wait,
not
wait,
even in
Jesse,
the
let's
same
do it again. Let's do it
category.
again.
Okay,
Ready?
Okay.
I'll
1, 2, 3.
My best friend is right here.
I love you. I love you.
My family is right here. I need you to understand what tier you on.
Okay. I will admit I was in my feelings. I'm in my
Yeah.
feelings.
Calm down.
We good.
Calm down.
I was in my
Okay, okay.
feelings.
Okay,
I'm
Kanye,
sorry. I'm
okay.
admitting I was in my feelings.
You're doing it wrong.
Don't
That's
call
what we
me
say at the
Kanye,
burn.
'cause I'm
You're doing it
all
wrong.
day, every time.
Okay, so back to what I was saying before
Okay,
Miss
D-Mac.
Lady had a conniption,
Right?
clutching her invisible pearls.
Okay,
Like-
You
clutch
didn't
my
have to
waffle.
throw that in there.
Clutch your waffle. That's what I'm doing.
That
Anyway,
was too
but
much.
no, it wasn't.
Really, Jesse?
Because she was.
You're my wife. It's okay. Wife.
Jesse.
Wife.
I didn't say D-Mac. I said Jesse.
Wife. What? What? What do you want, wife? What's up?
Y'all just.
She's
just
my
taking
wife.
over my
She
shit.
proposed to
It's
me on
okay.
her
Go
birthday.
ahead, D-Mac.
We're married. Just saying.
Hey,
I'm still
it is
cute
what it
though.
is.
You are cute. Wife.
I'm still sexy though. So
Yes,
go
you
ahead.
are. But wife, D-Mac is talking, so we need to be quiet. I said we, not you. We. I said we, damn it. Wife. Calm down.
Go
It's okay.
So no, what I was saying in Congress with what Dee was saying was just like they always constantly feel like that, but I'm just like, well, why are you here? If that's not what you want to have happen, why show up to the party? Because I'm just like, if you're gonna do that, then be prepared for someone, not all, but for someone to either be drunk or just to be like, they're cute. Let me go and talk to them. Don't show up to a party if you ain't expecting to get it. If you're expecting to enjoy yourself.
You're right though. You shouldn't go up into no gay bar and think ain't no gay dude is ain't gonna like it.
But hold on, Deshaun. I think Jesse can feel me on this because there are a lot of women that get a little tipsy.
It's not y'all.
And they
We don't
will
mind
come on
y'all.
to us.
Well, to an extent, we don't mind y'all. I'll say that.
No.
If y'all get a little handsy, then we're gonna have a problem.
I didn't say anything about us getting handsy, but there are some women that will get tipsy, and we will be talking to them. They give us an open, and we're like, "Oh, so what's up?" And then they instantly get sober. I'm like, I'm not on that gay shit. Have you experienced that, Jesse? Because I know I have. Where it's like, you've been all up in my face all night long.
Yeah. Or
you've been dancing with me.
Or it leads to them bringing their boyfriend over. They automatically have a boyfriend and they want me to be their unicorn that night. That's their unicorn hunters. I've had that where they get all of them. all up in me, all wanted in my face, and they're like, "Oh, and this is my boyfriend," and I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Damn." I'm like, "Damn it!" Like I'm just like, I'm not a unicorn. Sorry, that's not my jam.
I mean,
Sometimes in
like,
the past it has been, you
And
know.
I even had a woman on my first date with my current husband. Our first date, because our first date was epic. It did last for hours. That's why I was like, he's the one. But we can have that on a different channel, and I will break that down for y'all on a different night.
Break it
But
down.
there was one woman that y'all, I was about to see if she could play catch because she was about to catch these hands. This is what she said to me.
Oh.
You're with him.
your point.
Yeah.
Everybody except for D-Mac. But I think everybody on this panel except for D-Mac has been on the phone with me where that man has been in the background. And y'all know how we go back and forth when we kiki, we hee-haw. And the cousin has seen him because we was on FaceTime, right, Deshaun?
Right.
And he's like RJ, right?
Facts.
He gets us together when we need to be gotten together, but he has a great sense of humor. We kiki, we ha ha. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I've been on FaceTime with JesseLee.
Yep.
Old boy been in the background acting a damn fool. Where I'm like, why are you like this? And she's like, who are you talking to? And I'm like, the husband.
Mm-hmm.
Because what y'all don't realize, if I get on the phone and he's
Hey,
on, this is
I
what
have
he
a question.
does.
I know
This
this is
is
off
what he does.
topic.
He's like,
Girl.
and that's why I'm like, why are you like this? Because he'll just randomly do it to try to get me to break out in laughter while I'm on the phone. Or he'll get up and be like,
Are you guys kidding me? Okay, so look. There's a lot. Okay, so I can't make TikToks around RJ. I promise you I can't make TikToks around RJ. Because he gets so awkward and wants to put bunny ears on my head. Y'all have seen this online.
that shit is funny.
I've seen
Trying
it.
to be funny at the wrong damn time.
Oh, it's at the right time because I laugh. I love you, cousin, but this should be funny.
Anyway, so
No,
but
and
like
I can laugh about it and say it's funny because you've heard the jokes from Frenchie, and your ass be and RJ even be laughing. So no, no.
But let's let
Because at least
Deshaun
Frenchie
finish
be
because I
having your
interject.
back.
okay, so
But hold on,
what you
real
say?
quick, D-Mac. Frenchie be having Deshaun and RJ's back. When Frenchie starts fucking with me, Deshaun and RJ just laugh at me.
You do the same thing when RJ starts fucking with me.
Cause that should be funny.
Turnabout is fair play,
So
darling.
wait a minute. This is not a one-way street.
It's only fair because
Let me quote my favorite movie. I'm older, I'm wiser, I have better insurance. So do as I say, not as I do. What the fuck?
Let me quote my favorite.
I pay
Let me quote my favorite saying. Let me hear my favorite saying. Let me quote my favorite saying. You may be older, you may be wiser. I don't pay for insurance because my shit is free.
Well, that is harsh. That is, I have no comeback for that.
Anyways, but my point is with gay black men, they have a
that's okay.
knack
At the family
for
reunion, I'm buying a
fetishizing.
whole brand new outfit.
They have a knack for fetishizing other black men. And it does not necessarily have to be another gay male.
Wait, break that down. Break that down. Because I want to make sure I understand what you're saying.
There's two fetishizations. I'll talk about the first one. You could talk about
Well,
the
first
second.
of all, the fetishization. The reason why I say it doesn't have to be another gay male is because the DLs. I'm gonna just put that out there.
You just talk about that one. I'm gonna talk about the other one because there's another part to that too.
Oh.
They
I wasn't including the deal into that. That's my ignorance.
those men, and trust me, you have to understand, for a person who's been out and proud and gay and everything, shoot, I can't tell. My grandmother, you guys don't understand. She was in that Bible. Anyways, for me, I've been cheated on. I don't care if you took too long to discover your truth, but understand something. If you are fucking around on your wife, your girlfriend, it don't matter, anybody, but you want to come to me because I got something she can't fulfill, I'm out you. I said what I said. I'm out.
I got you.
Because as a man who's already been married and divorced, I caught my ex-husband cheating on me. I would never want anyone, regardless of gender, to go through the terror and freaking embarrassment I went through in my head.
I feel you.
So trust me, if you DL, stay the hell away from me, because you won't be DL no more. And I show receipts. I'm not going to argue with your wife. I'm not going to argue with your girlfriend. I'm not going to argue with you. I will fight you in these streets, but I'm not going to argue with you. If you are DL and you are doing things behind your wife's or your girlfriend's back, I ain't got no respect for you. There's too many people out here walking around in power. And we keep falling back on this narrative about, you know, when people finally come out the closet about their fucking surroundings. You know what? There's too many people trying to talk about fear, but when it comes to beefing up, they scary. And we all know what that phrase means. So, like, me personally, the DLs, you need to just come out on out. Because if you fucking with me, I'm out you. And I don't care what happens afterwards. Because cheating and all that lying and everything, you ain't doing nothing but hurting the person you with and the kids that y'all be having. But y'all want to go have sex with a man. And then the gay males who fucking sit there and just say, oh, it's okay, I took her nigga. No. What you did was give the homophobes more ammo against us. The ones who are out and proud and don't give a fuck who know. Also, a lot of you DL men, y'all need to stop dating out and proud dudes and then expecting them not to want to tell their family about you because you too ashamed of your fucking status. Now that is case by case. That is do whatever you want, but DL men, y'all need to stop giving gay men a bad name. Because let me find out you DL. I'm posting receipts. And with that, I'm just going to stop talking.
So now I'll talk about the other half. Because there is another half. There's actually two halves to that. But,
I feel
you know.
you.
But, so the other half here.
Okay. Did you going to come in part?
Huh? Did you say something, cuz?
I'm coming right back.
No, I said the platform.
You cutting in and out.
Who, me?
No, Taz.
Talk!
Yes, he is.
There you go. I was worried because your mouth wasn't moving. So to the other half of that same token, you have people where, like, you'll meet a person, like you'll meet, like, a gay guy will meet another one, and especially if it's a black dude, you're automatically assumed that you're going to be the top in the situation. Oh, I think I just broke some people's toes tonight. But that's another side of the I mean, that's the other side of the fetishization. They automatically assume that you're being the top of this situation. Now, I have met, and I stress the word met, some very, very delicious people that were black, and that was not the case. I'll leave that to your imagination.
Hey.
Hey,
I heard
no,
that man.
no tea,
heard
no
that
shade.
man.
And I'm just like, I don't understand why you're automatically putting them on that particular scale. When
Right.
when a good, I'll say a good maybe 50 to 60% of them are not. That's not what they like. But see, then there's the other token. Here's the one that really gets me, and it just annoys me to no end. Is when you get those ones that do fulfill the receiver role of that they totally do not. They totally disassociate themselves with black people. They only quote unquote date outside, which is again fine if that's what you like. You like. But don't sit there and be like, well, oh, I don't date black dudes because this, that, and the third, and they all do this. I'm like, don't generalize all of us into that situation. Don't throw us all into that same boat because not
Can I speak
everybody
real
is going
quick? Can I please
going to.
speak real quick?
Go
Can I
ahead.
speak on that real quick? When it comes to gay black men, I'll be honest with you. Typically, if you're like me and you live in a different state, the black men that you will find that are openly honest and gay, they are the textbook stereotype of
Excuse me.
textbook stereotype. And you have to also understand sometimes, and I'll be honest with you, as a person who went from being a girl like all the time, to just being who I am and comfortable in my own skin, in my state, I could say, and where I'm from, a lot of them do that because they don't know how else to interact with other gay people or just be themselves.
Say that.
But it leaves them on prey for straight DLs and people who want to attack them. It does not make us group together. That's bad as hell. I'm just going to be honest with you, but it does not make us group together. But as a man, I'm attracted to other men. You would think in my youth, I should have understood that's still a man that I'm attracted to. Well, no. Because 9 times out of 10, you run into that really flamboyant gay, but you knew about 5 years ago, this dude was calling you a faggot.
Isn't that funny that you find out that the same people who were terrorizing you, I stress the word terrorizing, like years later, they're like, oh my God. And I'm just like, well, wait, what are you doing
And
on this
most
app?
of them have hit me up in my DMs, and I'm like, I don't know if you know this. I'm glad you discovered your truth, but I don't like you still.
Oh,
Yeah.
but let me give y'all a little nugget of information. I don't know if JesseLee has experienced this, but I'm gonna tell you, in my little short 44 years, I've experienced this so much.
Tell me about
That
it.
there have been women who have come out and are like, oh, I don't like lesbians, I don't like bisexual women, but are all up in my DMs. All up in my DMs, all up in my face when I go out in public.
Yep.
Because I'm unapologetically me. So they know me. And when they see my face, and I've even experienced this at a burn, where I've left the burn, and people are like, oh, friend me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, whatever the social media network is, and I see the shit that they've put out, but they want to be in between the sheets with me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Have you experienced that, Jesse?
Yep. Oh, yep. Yep.
So it's not just gay men that experience this. We experience this too. And the thing about it is, I'm gonna ask this question because I don't know. So I'm asking this out of genuine curiosity. Because I know women will go hard in the paint then decide, oh, if you decide to mess with them, then all of a sudden they want you to be super, super public after you've seen their super, super problematic shit. Do y'all go through that too?
What you mean by that?
Where they've been problematic saying, oh, I don't like a bisexual woman. I don't like a lesbian. But then when they decide you're the one and they want to be in a relationship with you, they want you to be super, like, they want you to post them on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Even if that's outside of your comfort zone.
Posted child love, broadcasted love. Look at me, I'm progressive now.
I can say for me,
right, Jesse.
I have never experienced that, because here's my deal. If you want to have a coming out story, that is your business. All I'm doing is loving you behind the scenes. Now, if I post that we in a relationship, that's one thing. That's my business.
You're not gonna give me 5?
Huh?
I'm giving you 5 there. You see my hand there?
Oh, sorry.
The other hand. There you go. There you go.
Like if we together, then that's fine. But if I post you on Facebook or something like that, that's one thing. But okay, my bad. I missed you.
No. I'm trying to get Taz over there.
I got you.
Let's just give snaps for people, man. Let's just snaps. There we go.
Right.
But like me personally, like if you coming out, that's fine. But that ain't got shit to do with me. I'm already out and about and just fine. Okay, Miss Seeley.
You and me must never part.
Wait, can we just talk 1 second about that? Can we literally say that Black people have literally turned that movie into a comedy? We do no longer think of it as a drama. Like, it is literally classic comedy now.
It really is.
I know this is normally a Friday night conversation, but I'm gonna bring this up now because people have already said in the comments section that they wanted to see all of us together. And I'm going to say this because this was something I said at a burn, and everybody else got what I was saying.
Okay.
So I'm going to see how y'all feel about it. Y'all might hate me after I say it. But in the movie Rosewood, and dude was coming down the steps, and he was like, "Big baby gonna fight." I ain't gonna lie. I bust out laughing. And I couldn't stop laughing until I left the movie theater. I might be a horrible person for it, but I still fight for our people. But
I need a minute.
Y'all know that shit was funny.
Okay, so you have to understand. You have to understand.
I need a minute. Okay. I need a minute. I gotta mute myself. I need a minute.
It was like, "Big baby gonna fight."
You have to okay, so
see,
look.
I know Deshaun about to try to be serious on this.
I'm trying.
Yeah,
but
that's why I went away, man. I need a minute.
Look. Okay, so wait, please.
See, they
y'all remember when Precious came on, right?
They, God damn it, they done
They
themselves out.
They carried out.
So they know this shit is funny. Y'all know that shit was funny. And you know the scene that I'm talking about when he came down the steps and
Don't call me out like this.
Stop! I'm not saying I'm right for this shit, but y'all know that shit was funny.
There we go. We fixed it.
It's just like the scene. Wait a minute. Hold on. It's just like the scene in The Color Purple. I'm going to act it out. Hold on. Y'all ready? Y'all know which scene I'm going to do.
I got the Oscar ready for you.
Any more letters come? Could be not. Who's to say? I curse you until you do right by me. Everything.
Wait. Now y'all know this. part was funny. It was. I think it was meant to be. I don't think it was meant to be funny. But when she'll go, "Oh, you ugly."
You showing
ugly.
This whole shit just froze.
No, what gives me is like oh
I'm
man,
glad
that
somebody
movie.
said it because that shit was funny to me for years.
What? You ain't never seen a naked woman before?
Yeah, yep. That one, that part. No, every
Oh,
time,
yes.
every time
I did a
Sophia
video
got on
today.
screen, I laughed. I'm sorry.
That's funny.
We missed.
Papa,
Taz, when I
who
did your
this
sketch,
woman?
I said,
Yeah.
"Girl, who this woman?"
Who this
Papa.
woman? Yeah.
I said at Syntaz, and I said, "Who this woman?"
Wait. Fine by me.
Mm-hmm.
No, I did it.
And
I
then the
did a
slap
stitch
heard
of
across the world.
one of Taz's videos,
Yep. You didn't
and
fuck
I
with
said,
Sophia.
at
Wait, what,
Syntaz,
my
"Who this
videos?
woman?" Yeah, I did it. I wasn't going to actually stitch her damn video. I don't
You
care
hit
if
me
you
up like, who this
bitch.
woman?
I
Papa.
sure did.
What? Wait.
He
Papa.
did.
What about me?
But y'all, it took me a minute to respond back to him. Because when I said I started laughing,
He's wheezing. He's wheezing.
I
He
had to
wheezing
get
now.
myself together. Like, I wasn't even completely healed at this point when he said that. And I'm like, I laughed for so long. And I think I called you after that. Like, fuck is wrong with you?
I got
to understand how much,
Yeah.
but y'all need to understand how much me and Deshaun talk to each other. So by the time y'all see us like on camera together, we done had 50-11 fucking jokes. So when we just randomly start laughing, it's like me and you, Jesse. Because Jesse, you know how our conversations go.
Oh yeah.
So by the time we get on camera together, we get outside jokes. We'll look at each other a certain way and start like.
Okay.
Because just like today,
Deshaun
was like, "Why you call that baby Tiny Muscolini?"
I'm gonna finish it up. I'm gonna tell
3 minutes later, he was like, "I understand. She is a tyrant. She be fucking your ass up." Yes, she does.
Hey y'all, how much longer we going? It's like midnight where I'm at.
Same here.
It's 10 minutes till midnight where I'm at.
Yeah.
So do we?
My boyfriend's trying to go to bed, and I'm
Are we trying to get together on Friday or not?
Yes, I'm down.
I'm down.
Everybody's getting together on Friday for the random chat.
Yes.
Okay. I have work until 6:20, just so you know.
Yeah. I'm off at 5:30.
Well,
can I say something before we get off, please?
But y'all do know the Friday night chat starts at like 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
That's fine.
And you don't have to be on time.
Yeah,
you can just pop in.
I'm good. I'm off on the
weekends. Can I say something before we sign off?
Yes.
Okay.
Jesus,
guys,
don't be telling him
guys and gals, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a TikTok and you are still focused on the TikTok drama that goes on TikTok, could y'all do me a favor, please? Let me know if you're going to fight hypocrisy or contribute to the shit consistently, so I can stay away from you, so I can block your account. Because I am no longer contributing to the infighting, the bullshit. I want results and solutions, or I don't want to talk to you. That is just my personal opinion. That is my personal way I'm going to treat my account. And if you don't like it, well, I can replace my toilet paper with your mouth.
Yeah.
I said what I said.
But thank you for saying that.
Yeah, I had to school somebody.
Thank you for saying that, because I was going to hold that. No, I was going to save that for Friday, and I'm glad that I brought you on and you said what you had to say. And I don't know why I had it in my mind to say it till Friday, but thank you. And for those of you all that do not know, Deshaun put out a beautiful video saying that he didn't want to lose another family member. He put posts out with screenshots of all of us that mean something to him. And somebody
it
decided
wasn't just everybody. It wasn't just everybody. I put in like the ones
drama.
that were right there.
But Deshaun, let me defend you right now. Somebody decided to come out and say that he was perpetuating drama, which he wasn't.
Who?
He was saying those of us that stand on the front line, those of us that put everything on the line, he does not want to lose us. He wants the fucking system to change so that we can be safe. I got what he was saying. You understand me? But somebody decided to get in their feelings because they want to suck on the titty of somebody that they think is going to give them a little bit, a monochrome of attention, and try to take away from the beauty that he did. And let me tell everybody that's watching right now, for those of us that are truly on the front line, that truly do the work, and let me just speak for me. Let me just speak for me because I don't want to speak for other people. Let me tell you how I feel when somebody shouts me out. It says that I've made a difference to them or they show me appreciation. It makes everything worth it because when you're an activist, you're not getting clout. You're not getting paid. You want to know what you get? You get death threats. You get people trolling your comments. You get people making multiple accounts just to fuck with you. So for somebody to say, hey, I appreciate you, it means the fucking world. That is my in-between before I can get to a burn.
So I want people to understand something, and I'm just clarifying. I just want to clarify.
I need y'all to stop putting shit on people that doesn't belong on to them.
True that. I just want to clarify something. I want you guys to clarify.
Oh, I'm a smaller creator. If you're a smaller, hold on. If you're a smaller creator, vet your people. Vet your people, because trust and believe, if one of your people come after me, my mouth is reckless as shit. I will verbally reach into your soul, pull out your heart, feed it to you, and watch you drop to my motherfucking feet. Don't play with me because I don't put on an act for social media. The people on this panel can tell you, the people on all of my panels can tell you what I speak about, I live about, period. And if you fuck with anybody that's ever been on a panel with me or been in my comment section, if you fuck with them, trust and believe, I pull up. And I'm the last motherfucker you want to pull up. Because I learned how to use certain things. Well, hold on, give me 2 more seconds, Deshaun. I learned how to do certain things by bringing rabbits home. Y'all can put that shit together. You understand me? Don't play with me. You don't move as quick as a fucking rabbit. Do not play with me and mine. And let me say tonight and make it unequivocally clear. The people that you see right now on this panel, do not come for them because I will come for you. And when I come for you, you're going to be on suicide watch. Trust and believe.
Hey. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me interject, please. Go ahead and try to come for me. Go ahead. Because I want people to understand something. You guys are on the internet. I'm a real person. Now, if I fuck around and say, because you want to get disrespectful, I'll be like, inbox that freaking address. Don't think that you're the only one who can practice the Second Amendment in the United States. Okay, first of all. Second of all, I do not care for your disrespect. My point of my video was the point of my video was they were some of the people that showed up in my first screenshots. That's it. They were people that I respect. Taz even, and if you have followed Taz, then you already know that I popped up in her comment section being disrespectful as fuck. But what she said about herself was true. We had a conversation, and what she does say on TikTok, she lives by. Now, if you want to connect me to some drama on the internet, connect me about drama that I actually did. But also understand, when I come for your soul and I read you for filth, when I slit that throat real quick, and I don't care if the FBI, the CIA, the whatever is watching, don't make a video crying. Because I promise you, I'm going to duet it and I'm going to make fun of you. Don't show me disrespect and I won't show you to hell.
Yeah,
you guys go there,
Deshaun came from my whole soul. But let's be real. Deshaun came from my whole soul. But he still kept it cordial. Someone else reached out on the behalf of the two of us because they were like, I love you both. I don't want this to happen. We had a conversation. We hashed it out. Then we're going to have a 23andMe and we're going to have to do an online reveal of our 23andMe because
we need to stop saying that and just do it because like people like they
we wait.
But you got to realize when you asked me how much the 23andMe was on the research rabbit hole and found out all the things you could DNA research, I got
y'all. I gotta
like
go to
what
bed.
a 2-hour conversation about me finding stuff. But anywho, but my thing is, I'm glad you pointed out that when I say I'm willing to have a conversation with someone and hear them out, that is the truth. Did I come at
Jesse,
you reckless?
Is this your same tag as on TikTok?
You what?
Oh yeah,
that's
I follow you.
Huh?
I don't think I follow you on TikTok. I don't think I've ever.
Well, we need to fix that right now. Yeah, I'm just that's me.
I don't follow Jesse. I thought I did.
I'm JesseLee _93.
Okay.
First of all, we're talking about me, but you know what? We ended this broadcast because y'all keep talking about other people. You know what? I cannot bring my cousins on the show because I try to talk about me and they want to.
I gotta go to bed anyway. I gotta go to sleep.
Yeah. Go to bed because your boyfriend is probably gonna come in and try and kill us for keeping you up tonight.
He ain't gonna kill me because that's my wife. So there we go.
Yeah,
that don't mean nothing. He can still track you down and come get you. I'm just saying, I don't want that to happen.
I'm on the approved list because I don't bring no drama.
He ain't talking about
lighthearted stuff.
He's sleep. He's trying to sleep. I'm being loud. I gotta go. I gotta go to bed. I love y'all. Thank y'all.
Well, we'll see you. We'll see you on Friday.
No, we're gonna end this. We will see each other on Friday.
Love
y'all.
Night night.
Wait. I gotta talk to you too.
Night night.
He needs to go to bed.
Yeah, I'm going to bed. I'm going.
I need to talk to you.
We all going to bed. Night.
I just need to talk to you for 2 seconds.
Ooh, me?
Okay, we're gonna talk.
Go to bed.
No. Them two. Them two.
All right.
No, this ain't nothing she can't hear. Well, I'm still gonna talk to her again on Friday.
What's up?
What the hell you need to say shit?
So I don't know if you two saw the last 2 videos.
Do we still need to be live for this conversation?
No, you don't need to be live for this conversation, girl. I don't care.
Oh,
you can be live or not.
That's why I said
whatever you choose.
We're gonna end the live.
Okay.
And we're gonna have